We welcome everybody here live for tonight's iSCAR Cory Harts Media Super Speedway Challenge event, getting set to go green for the Talladega 250 at the world famous Talladega Super Speedway. And tonight's a different kind of night. Of course, the final race of this season for this particular series, but man, it is going to be hectic once the green flag will drop here at Talladega, because 94 laps. Within those 94 laps, maybe over, who knows what could happen. And go ahead and steer yourselves with tonight's broadcast. Go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Cory.
I'm Benjamin White. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. As you said, this is the finale of the season. We got a championship winner to crown here tonight, and it's not over right now. We still have some guys that are contending for this championship.
Yeah, that's right. We'll pull up points here in just a moment after I get some other stuff situated out. But man, I am excited to see on how this championship is gonna form out here for tonight. Has to be the closest championship battle that we have to focus on this whole entire season. Right here in front of your screen, Dylan Basin, the man who won this race last season, is on top of the scoring pylon with points. Mitch Hobbs, last season's champion, that number 89, going to be in 5th place. I don't think he has a mathematical shot making himself champion here tonight. But for the rest of those guys, Christopher Wild, Joe Berge, William Schmidt, it's their chance to capitalize on this big opportunity here tonight.
Yeah, and with currently 44 people entered, there is a chance that any of those points contenders could be the one person that fails to qualify here tonight. As of right now, 44 entries, 43 make the field, but we still could get some more entries before this is all said and done. But we'll be going in here to qualifying in a few minutes here, so it's going to be very important, of course, to get in the field based on qualifying top 30, because if you don't, you have a chance to fail to qualify out of the LCQ. So that's going to be also very interesting to see who's going to be the one person that's going to fail to qualify from that.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it happen before, that one person. I think a couple of weeks ago, it happened at this very track. Forgot who it was, but unfortunately, yeah, it was Matt McGrath. He did not make it in, unfortunately, after a big wreck on the final lap. I mean, it happened with 2 to go for him, but there was a big wreck on the final lap as well. But unfortunately, it did not succeed him into that 43rd spot. But man, anything could happen here, so it's going to be interesting on how this will all sort out at the end. As we'll go ahead and pull up standings here on the left-hand side, so everybody could scroll over the entry list here for tonight. Got a bit of a different roster here for this one as well. Some new names coming into the picture. People like Cody Webster. Been a while since I've seen him, but I know he's been. Oh boy. Cody Webster, I know he's been running a couple times in and out. Christian West, who I thought
he ain't been here in a while. Good to see him back. But the entry list does continue to grow, so there will be, looks like one person, or more than one person right now, because it's telling me 45 people are registered, so that would mean 2 guys go home. So it continues to change. Keep refreshing, and there's another entry there, so we continue to pile onto the entry list, and it looks like we'll see several people going home.
Yeah, so now that that window of opportunity is slowly starting to shrink just a bit for all those people who are going to be in the LCQ, and we're going to find out on who will be in it, because everybody from 31st on down will have to work themselves forward as the time will dwindle down to the double zeros, and we'll transition into qualifying here for tonight. If you're not just joining us, glad you could tune us in for the Talladega 250 as we get ourselves set up for the finale event for the Cory Harts Super Speedway Challenge. A bit of money on the line as well this time, rather than last season. Michael Bianchini just backing up already, trying to get maybe better launch off.
All the momentum matters here at this track in qualifying. You have to build up all those RPMs first lap and then go for it the second lap. And when we see the qualifying list, we'll see it change all the time as people turn in their lap times. So it's going to be a shuffle from the start to finish here in this qualifying session. So we'll see who's going to end up on top. I know there's some really good qualifiers in here. I'm expecting Christopher Wilde to be one of those guys that is going to vie for this pole here tonight.
Yeah, we've seen him run toward the front 24/7, but that's a bit dangerous, especially in this kind of situation. I'm interested to see on how Christopher is going to fail. I mean, not fail, but fend off that top spot via qualifying. But in the meantime, we're watching Michael Bianchini, one of the very prominent people on the Super Speedway. Oh my goodness, that is loud. Hold up, let me turn that down. My goodness. Negative. No, that's a bit too quiet, but I'll have to adjust this as I get her on with the stuff, but yeah. Oh my goodness, that's loud as well. There we go.
It's an onboard cam, it's meant to be loud, but
yeah.
We'll save that stuff for to crank it up, which we'll probably be having during this broadcast. Of course, 94 laps, very long race, longest of the season, miles-wise and laps-wise, so it's definitely going to be a race of surviving, a race of attrition probably, as people start to turn in their lap times.
Yeah, we see it 24/7. It seems to be one of the key factors here for super speedway racing. You got to get yourself into a nice spot, as Henry Tabor whips it to the low side, not necessarily the way you want to whip it. You want to whip it to the low side once you cross the start-finish line. Probably have to scroll around to get a better example of that. Lewis Galvin in the number 30 to the top of the charts, but he's still working himself around as intended to, but
got
we'll try to get ourselves situated yet again. There we go. We are back, but of course might have fell through. No, I did not. Oh, that is surprising. Okay, good. Wow, that is surprising. I'm back, but yeah, a bit of internet issues might happen consistently throughout the race. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But in the meantime, we see drivers just putting around and such like that.
Interesting development here. Hunter Johnson got disqualified from qualifying, not by an admin. It was disqualified from the qualifying scrutiny. So he will have to go through the LCQ by the looks of it. So that's a tough break for Hunter, who has already been crowned a champion this week. So congrats to him on the Street Stock Championship. I think it's his 4th Street Stock Championship. So one of the all-timers here in this league is Charlie Byer on the top of the charts by 3/1000ths of a second over our points leader. Oh, that's a big crash.
Yeah, this is Nick and Delicato, as he.
Max Urich, 30th right now, last guy in with 52 seconds remaining. I think this will continue to switch around as these laps continue to get turned in. Christopher Wilde still hasn't said his second lap, so I think he'll be a guy to watch.
Nope.
Yep. And those times start to get turned in. These guys start to get knocked out. Urich back to 33rd. Cody Webster out right now. That's a surprise.
Yeah, Webster, man. Not a good qualifying effort for him. Ibrahim Dejani, last one in. Oh, he gets bumped out. Patrick Much is last one. He gets bumped out. Now Justin Johnson will get bumped out. Now it's JJ Hill, the last one in. Zoltan Herzeg, the last one in. And will he get bumped out last second? Looks like no. Zoltan Herzeg is going to survive to be the last one in. And my goodness, 47 drivers here for tonight. Going to grid themselves up. I mean, to log in at least a lap. But,
well,
oh boy.
Interesting names here in our LCQ. Right now, JJ Hill will start on the pole. Justin Johnson starts 2nd. Patrick Much 3rd. Latham Joyner 4th. I'm surprised he's in the LCQ. Ibrahim Dejani 5th. William Schmidt in the 6th spot. Henry Tabor 7th. Cody Webster 8th. Max Urich 9th. Matthew Klein in 10th. Cole Williams 11th. Hunter Johnson, as I said, he had gotten disqualified in qualifying. He's in the 12th spot. Noah Allison 13th. AJ Bain 14th. Keelan Belsha 15th. And a couple guys that registered to the race have not loaded in either, so those guys probably are not going to make the race at all. So 15 drivers going for 13 spots. That means 2 guys go home.
Yep. That's right. Oh man, I'm nervous for some of these drivers. Latham Joyner in that number 3. He's been in a lot of LCQs lately. Ibrahim Dajani, I know he hasn't made a... he's been in this situation before. Max Urich in the number 6. He needs to get himself situated, or else he's going to be in a bad spot. Hunter Johnson, too, in that number 12. So,
yeah.
We're waiting for Noah Allison in the 24. Looks like Noah does not grid up, so he's unfortunately not going to make the race. But in the meantime, we'll get ourselves situated yet again, as I have to load up trading paints and such like that to get all these paints refreshed and such. But yeah, glad you could tune us in for tonight's MaxspeedTV event. Getting ready for the LCQ, as JJ Hill in that number 47 will lead it to the green.
Yeah, and we forgot to point out exactly our front row had changed hands in the last 20 seconds of that. Christopher Wild will start first in the main event. Nick Miller actually ended up qualifying second, so it's a good job to those guys. And that's actually the same front row we saw a couple weeks back, so that's interesting for sure. Man, Justin Johnson really blinking right there.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't pose an issue as we take the green flag. 8 laps we're going to have to log ourselves in for tonight. Looks like one person will be eliminated from competition from this LCQ. So similar to what we saw a couple weeks back, which that lone person of Matt McGrath fortunately did not get himself in. We'll have to see how this is going to turn out for all these other drivers, because hopefully they learned of what they saw a couple weeks back.
Well, let's see. Gonna be that one person, but I also want to pose a question here. Looks like Justin may have gotten an EOL. They might have EOL'd him because he was blinking that bad. That's a tough break for Justin there. But I was gonna ask you the question: who do you think is gonna come out with the LCQ win, since we have almost nothing else to talk about here in this LCQ?
For that number 47, I mean, Nick Miller just stated a fact that. Well, it was supposed to be the top two in this LCQ was the exact same like last week, but Justin Johnson got EOL'd because of his blinking issue. iSCAR's gonna head itself on the pit road. My pick is on that number 47 of JJ Hill.
I'm gonna go with AJ Payne, working his way from outside the cutoff to inside the cutoff, and he will win the LCQ after some wild stuff happening. But we're coming to the green flag right now. 8 laps to settle it. Who's going to be the one person that goes home here tonight? Allison did not grid, so I don't think he's going to be able to even get on the track here. Green flag is out, and JJ Hill leads him.
Well, they had themselves in the first corner, and everybody single file down. Going to leave Latham Joyner up on that high side. Never mind that. Looks like Webster is going to be the one to fend up a high side charge and maybe scoot up himself to the backside of that number 3. Unfortunately, can't really do so on the initial restart lap. Remember, no cautions in this LCQ, so if you do wreck, you're going to be in a bad hole to maybe luck yourself out of coming towards the end of the race. But you see some more scrambling toward the back. And that number 6 of Max Urich now wanting to group up with Webster, who's about to take it 3.
Yeah, well, we know Cody Webster, if he gets on somebody's back bumper, he can push him to the front. Cody Webster is one of the best pushers I've seen at a super speedway, and I think he's going to push some of these guys to the front. William Schmidt tried to jump in front of them. Thinks better of it. Here comes Patrick Mush to the high side. We're going to complete the first lap right here, and JJ Hill's going to lead that lap.
That was a bad move, as Latham was trying to thread the needle. Gets cut off as Mush is going to go ahead and work himself up high. Not really sure what that was about. Latham a bit confused. He's sort of in and out as they now scoot themselves back in line. Cody Webster and the 00 going to be the one to be left out to dry as they're scrambling down the back. Oh, they were trying to, as the 12 of Hunter Johnson now works himself into the picture. The only person out as of right now is that number 33 of Justin Johnson. Again, the 24 Noah Allison did not grid up here for tonight. Justin Johnson sitting in last place and hoping for a wreck, and we can't keep the camera focused on him because he's blinking.
Yeah, and blinking's not going to help you with getting draft either, because you can't really see anybody else. So it's a double whammy for the 33. He does need a wreck to be able to move on, unless he can pass Klein here on the high side. But they work down the front straightaway. JJ Hill leads another lap here on the board. Latham Joyner getting pushed by Patrick Mush. He's kind of in and out of line here. He needs to get back in line here as they work through 1 and 2 right now. William Schmidt trying to take the second position down the back straightaway. 2 by 2 behind our leader.
Matthew Klein is doing some sort of shenanigans toward the back. He was on the apron, and he's going to be side by side for that last chance qualifying spot. Meanwhile, up front, Muse up to the high side, going to open up the door for Hunter. He's not going to take it, though. A good maneuver by that number 12 to be a bit patient here on these opening LCQ laps. He's going to salute himself back in line, and you see a bit of out of line position there. The third car on the inside, I think that's Dejani. Dejani's going to disrupt that inside line, and here comes that outsider, Latham Joyner. He might lead it out the wire.
Yep, side by side across the start-finish line. A couple Supreme cars on the inside, nose to tail right there. They may be working together to get both of them into the race. Patrick Muse, he really needs to hold his line right here. He's got Hunter Johnson behind him. I don't think Hunter's going to be waiting much longer. I think he's going to want to take that hole if it opens up again. But down the back straightaway, you can see that outside line's really jamming up. That inside's got a little bit of a gap with it from the second car to the third car to the fourth car, and that's what's helping this outside line stay with these guys as they work through 3 and 4 right now. JJ Hill continues to lead, but Latham Joyner with a good push by Patrick Muse is going to probably maybe lead this lap here as that outside is starting to gain steam.
Yeah, still 2 by 2 contact! Oh my goodness, Hunter sideways, and he saves it. Muse really disrupted that outside line. I'm not really sure what the 46 is doing. He's causing all sorts of trouble, and it's going to disrupt that outside line. Everybody now leaving out the 46 as intended to, and this in turn will scramble it not too much as expected, but great save by that number 12 of Hunter Johnson to keep himself straight. And we still work around with everybody on the lead lap. 4 laps to go this time by. And unfortunately for Matthew Klein, and it looks like he's still within the pack.
Yeah, everybody's up here in this pack right now, except for, of course, no Allison, who didn't grid there. But, man, half that outside line's blinking. It's not going to help them get going here. So AJ Bay needs to probably find a spot on the inside, but they work through the tri-oval. Lots of single file right now, but Hunter Johnson wants to make some moves up on the outside. AJ Bain's going to bail on that, and now Hunter Johnson might be on his way backwards. So right now, JJ Hill continues to lead. I think these guys up front are going to be content till the white flag, and maybe through the tri-oval they'll make a move for the win. But if I were to start right now, I'm just staying in line for the time being.
Yeah, that's right. You got to keep yourself in line, or else if you do get out of line and shuffle yourself to that last car on that lead lap, you're going to be out of it. And you see side-by-side action. Looks like Keelan Belsha is going to be in that extermination spot, unfortunately. Side-by-side with the number 11 and Matthew Klein, and Webster's back there as well. Webster might be hoping for a wreck to happen, because the way these people are racing up front, I wouldn't be surprised if they do wreck it, and that'd be really unfortunate if we see that.
Yeah, that could really shuffle it up a little bit as Justin Johnson continues to blink on that outside. That's one of the worst blinks I've seen all season. I'm not sure if he's got your same internet spectrum, but I ain't gonna roast Spectrum anymore. Right now, JJ Hill continues to lead. He's led every lap in this LCQ so far. He's trying to hold on and get an LCQ win here, but Latham Joyner's not a guy to sit in line. I think he'll be making a move coming to the white flag as we see lots of moving in the rear of the field. I'm not sure who's weaving back there, but right now, working to turn 3. Looks like the top 3 are going to be clear from these guys, and maybe William Schmidt or Latham Joyner can move up.
Alright, this time by, as we're going to cross the start-finish line, 2.66 miles is going to go into the books for the white flag, and hopefully everybody can make it all the way to the end. They scramble toward the back. Muse is going to push the 12. Williams a bit sideways. White flag. 1 more lap to go in the LCQ.
And let's see if they all make it back. We're going to be watching that bubble spot as well, because one person's going to be out. Right now, that is Matthew Klein in the 11. That's going to be out right now, but I mean, that could change. Work down the back straightaway for the final time here in the LCQ. Looks like William Schmidt's going to move out of line. Latham Joyner is going to counter that. He's going to move out of line himself, and they are shuffling out down the back straightaway. They're going to leave JJ Hill out, but here comes Ibrahim Dejani and a couple other Supreme drivers. There's one car is way down on the apron, and it's Klein. I have no clue who's going there, but William Schmidt's actually going to get put 3 wide, and they're going to be 3 by 3 coming to the line. These guys really need to keep it together because all of them would make it. They drop to the inside. Latham Joyner looks like he may win this LCQ as we cross the line. 3 wide action. Latham Joyner wins the LCQ, and the driver that is out,
Matthew Klein.
Oh boy, that
sucks.
Weaving did not help him.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I think he chucked up for some type of wreck. Not really. I'm interested to see what happened. We're gonna get a replay of it yet again, but Matthew Klein, unfortunately, he lost a ton of momentum down that straightaway, and unfortunately, it just killed him there. And Looks like he was, oh, just got loose. I mean, I'm not really sure what to say about that, but for Matthew Klein, unfortunately for that number 11, yikes. He's not going to be logging in a potential 94-lap race here for tonight.
Only person out. Well, that sets the field. Who do you think is going to be strong here tonight for this main event? Obviously, 94 laps, lots of attrition could happen, as we saw last season where barely half the field was left. So, who are you looking at to be a strong contender here?
For me, I'd look for a person who's a really good strategist. You're going to have to pit at least twice here rather than one stopping it like we saw last at Daytona. It was a 200-mile race at Daytona, but it's 250 here. Even though you could stretch the fuel up to looks like around 39, 40-ish, I expect these people to pit a bit early, maybe cut everything into thirds in here for tonight. Maybe pit around that 35, 33 spot. And my bet is going to be on that number 12, Hunter Johnson. He knows the people he could work with. That number 12, even though he was stuck in that LC cube with unfortunate qualifying mishaps, I expect that number 12 of Hunter Johnson to be one of the people to come up top after 94 laps.
All right. Well, you say Hunter Johnson. I'm going to give you three other guys I think are going to be good. I think Dylan Bason's going to be going all out. I think he's going to try and go for this win and the championship that goes with it. I think Zoltan Herczeg's going to be aggressive, but he's going to be making the right moves, and he's going to have a shot to win it. And I think Nick and Delicato is also going to be good here tonight. So, I mean, anybody could win it. It's Talladega, but those are three guys that I have to watch.
I mean, who knows? That number 08, I think it's Dylan, or 8. I'm not sure what number he is now, but
he's a 08.
Yeah, for Dylan, he has to take this race a bit differently here for tonight. You're running for two type of races, the championship and the race itself. I know he wants to go 2 in a row here at Talladega, like he did, reminisce what he said, what he did last season, but he has to be careful because if he does wreck really early, that in turn is just going to open up that championship points battle. I mean, we look back here, we're going to go ahead and pull up points yet again to give you a rundown through on how this thing is going to most likely shape out to be. Dylan Basin, of course, he has a big lead with points, with 211 points, but it's only 25 over. And there's 43 cars out in the racetrack, so if Dylan gets dead last and Christopher gets a top 10, well, Christopher is going to win his second championship of the season, and only 5 points back of him is Joe Berge. So Joe Berge, he too has a chance to maybe win this title, as well as William Schmidt, who's looks like 10 points back of where Christopher Weil is. So a lot of things could happen once Dylan gets involved in some sort of issue, and I expect this to happen really early. I expect a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but some early wrecks here involving a portion of contenders. It seems to be a trend. How about you, Dog? How do you think this race is going to go? It looks like we have a bit of internet issues with Benjamin White. Oh, there he is.
No internet issues. It was a microphone issue there. We're back.
All right, Benjamin. Well, I'm going to revert back to my first question. How do you think this race is going to play out to be?
Plenty of attrition early. I think we're going to see a big crash, maybe around 15, 20 laps in. And it's going to wipe out a good amount of cars. But I do think we'll get a green flag pit stop in. I think we'll have enough patient guys to where they're going to be able to, just run around, run their fuel out, and then pit. So I'm hoping it plays out like last week. That last week's race was one of the best I've seen in iSCAR. And on a super speedway, we've seen green flag stops. I mean, we did see some big wrecks as well, but I'm going to hope it went like last week did, but obviously we don't know that until we see it. So I'm just making a prediction that we're going to have a big crash early, and then we're going to have some green flag stops in.
Yeah, same here. I expect some big wrecks, and I guess one. Hopefully we'll get a green flag pit stop, and lots of racing room. 250 miles going to be logged to the books. Speaking of, we're going to go over race analytics here. Of course, 250.04 miles going to be logged in. 94 laps in total. Pit road speed going to be 55. And our fuel window 35 to 40 laps. You could stretch it, but you can't do it what we saw at Daytona and stretch it to a one-stop race. But I expect these people again to maybe split it in thirds, maybe come in a bit early around 33, which in turn you can't. You don't have to fill up the tank all the way, so maybe some people want to get some track position and get some shorter pit stops, and in and out they go. Do tire gamble and such like that, which wouldn't hurt. You have to put on left sides for that, because left sides wear more than right sides here at Dega. Lots of things to play a key factor here for tonight to see how this final run will go. But these first, I'd say, 70-80 laps is all going to be about attrition, as you said.
Yep, 43 cars, full field. Let's go over your starting grid here for tonight's 94-lap race. Christopher Weil, of course, won the pole. I said he would be fast in qualifying, and he was. Winning the pole here tonight. Nick Miller starts alongside on the front row.
Row number 2 going to be go ahead and consist of that number 7, Charlie Byer, and your points leader, that 08 of Dylan Basin. He's on his way to his first championship.
It's not over for that, but Michael Bianchini for Nova Sim Racing, he'll start in 5th. Mitch Haas will start 6th. Last season's champion right there.
Garrett Hess, the man who won the Xfinity race back in the main series, and that number 86, he's going to be starting in 7th, and Nick Delicato this time in the 72, he's in 8th.
Row 5, you got Trey Shuttlesworth, always strong on these super speedways, and Ryan Kendrick, who's already got a win here this season. He starts in 10th.
Rest of the order is going to be shown on your screen from row 6 on down. The only DNQ, unfortunately, is going to be Matthew Klein in that number 11. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and situate ourselves here for tonight's event. Hey, how about that? Kenneth Bueno in that 117. He's also in here for tonight's race. I know he had a good run in the Legends series. Here he is back on the racetrack.
Yep, Josh Patterson starting 17th. Eli O'Quinn in the field as well. Andy McDowell there starts 19th. He won the last time we were here. James Youngman had a strong run a couple weeks back. He starts 22nd. Art Frimpong, obviously always aggressive on these super speedways. He starts 24th. There's Joe Berge, one of our championship guys, starts 26th. He's going to have some work to do here. Christian West, 28th there. Some other guys, Zoltan Herzeg was the final driver in based on qualifying, starting 30th place. And the rest of the order is going to be a little messed up, so we're not going to show that because it goes off of the actual qualifying times rather than the LCQ. So, unfortunately, we don't get to show that, but you do know who the 13 drivers are. So, well, coming
oh boy,
gonna be a good one.
Michael Bianchini just tossed in $25 for the payout here for tonight, so spice it up a bit more attrition for Michael Bianchini, a bit more attrition here for tonight's race, so maybe these drivers want to position themselves maybe forward. Who knows what $25 does to people, but money is money, and money could play a factor in how this race will be run here for tonight. The pace car is in for tonight's finale race here at Talladega. If you're not just joining us here for tonight, the CHM Super Speedway Challenge. Glad we could have Cory Harts in for a sponsor as we see it 24/7. Christopher Weil on the throttle early, and it'll go up and away here into lap number 1.
Yep, and he was able to coordinate with that with his teammate Charlie Byer. That's the only reason that this is going to work right here. With that early jump, you would think he'd get freight train, but he's got a teammate behind him. We know he won't be making any moves early here, so good strategy there by Chris and Charlie to be able to make that work. Nick Miller slots into 3rd, and lots of single file down the back straightaway. We don't see any side-by-side till around 25th, 30th place area. So these guys taking it easy early, I think is good.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they're going to need to get themselves grouped up ASAP or else they're going to be disconnected, unfortunately. We see it happen 24/7. When a leader gets a huge jump, you'll see a bit of disconnection here, and here's a perfect example of that. Looks like the top 9 going to pull away as of right now, led by Christopher Weil. Got a second pack being led by a teal car. This will be the 95, the 35 of Ryan Kendrick, who's sporting some different colors as we work themselves at the front straightaway. Lap number 2 into the books, and looks like the 7 to Charlie Byer wants to back out, as well as Christopher Weil, your pole sitter.
Those SPM teammates are going to bail out for a little bit here. Chris has gotten his bonus points. Didn't the pole award a bonus point too for Christopher?
That's right, and Miller got a bit pushed out of line. 72's on the wall.
Ooh. But he's able to make it work up on the outside. He may get a little bit of help from Liam Sheen, but Liam's kind of undecided on where he wants to go. But to my point here, Christopher Wilde's second in points. He got bonus points for leading that lap and winning the pole, so he's getting all the bonus points he needs to possibly collect another championship this week. As man, these guys are getting close right now. Come across the start-finish line, Nick Miller will lead his first lap of the night as we take lap 3.
That was Sam King who scooted himself to the low side of Christopher Wilde. Now we're 2x2 action, everybody grouped up. This will benefit the second pack. He doesn't want to be a part of that mess. In the meantime, up front, 2x2, as you said, Nick Miller in the number 9 trying to lead that low side and is now newly formed up Toyota. But on that high side, it's Dylan Basin, the moderator, trying to go up front, and indeed he does so. So he slides in front of the 9, so move the 08 to the top of the board. Your points leader is trying to widen up that gap between Christopher Wilde and maybe lead the lap here tonight.
Yeah, he's going to need this lap lead as we see lots of squirrely racing here on the inside line. We'll see who's going to lead this lap. Dylan Basin really needs to have this point if he wants to keep this championship lead here, and he will take it. So bonus point for the 08. That's all he needed there. Maybe he can drop back, play the conservative strategy, but he maybe also be going for the post line, trying to seal that championship. But they work through 1 and 2 right now. How about Liam Sheen up on the high side, working from mid-pack in the starting? As Basin, as I said, is going to go to the inside there, and that's going to leave the inside open for these guys. Nick Miller and other guys going up through the field right now. Mitch Hobbs, Sam King, and others down the back straightaway. Lots of shuffling here in the second pack. You see lots of moves being made. That's Christian West. I think he made a big move up the middle right there. But now, how about Nick Delicato also making a move to the outside? He's only got one car helping him, and that is Sam King in the 27 making his debut here tonight. They work through the triover right now. 2 cars against about 5 on the inside. Liam Sheen's going to lead this lap now.
Sam King a K&N or ARCA driver?
No.
I feel like I'm thinking of somebody else, but Sam King.
Sam Hunt. Sam Hunt.
Yeah, that number 27 is Sam King. He's going to be leading that outside charge. A bit of scrambling right behind.
Zoltan with a nice save, and another car with a huge save on the inside. I think that might be an Evo car that just really made his way to the inside and end up saving the car, but near disaster right there, but they averted it. Who was that made that amazing save? Andy McDowell. We've seen him make some great saves this season, and that is another one that was just made there. Him and Zoltan both made awesome saves. Let's see how this started, though. Looks like those two trying to split up. Oh, who was that moved down and caused that? Was that Christian West? Might have been him.
I'm not sure. It might have.
Well, either way, those guys saved it. We're looking back up front. Nick and Delicato clear for the lead over the solo 2 of Liam Sheen, as the outside line still has only 2 guys up here. That's Ryan Kendrick and Sam King working on that outside, but not a whole lot of help. But Nick Miller's going to make a move to the outside. We know how aggressive he is on super speedways. Work down the back straightaway. Nick Miller will be looking for the lead here soon.
He's been in victory lane here in this particular series before, so for that 9 and Nick Miller, it's a familiar sight to see that number 9 up front, but he's going to get fended off alone. Never mind of that. Miller to the high side, 3 wide, but Miller is unfortunately going to get left out to dry, and this opens up the door for Liam Sheen and Nick Delicato to duke it out side by side to the wire. Looks like Delicato led that lap, and he's looking for more as he has a huge shot from the 27 who's aiming to take it 3. They're scrambling yet again. Looks like, I'm not sure who that is who's trying to take it 3.
Man, they're getting aggressive right here, and as I said, maybe a race of attrition as we get a little further into this run, but working down the back straightaway, Nick Delicato is clear. Here comes Sam King on the outside. Mark Frimpong makes his way to the inside, and these guys start to take shape to the inside line. That inside line is about to start going here, but on the outside, Blaze McKinney already up to the 6th position right now. Man, he is moving up really, really quickly to the field. Same with Christian West, Mark Frimpong, and some other guys. Lathan Joyner as well, who came out of the LCQ. He started 31st. He's up near the top 10 already.
Garrett Hess in that number 86. He's won here before in the Xfinity Series. He's going to work himself to the lower side of the track. Liam's going to peek up to the high side. He wants to retake the lead, and he'll have the 27 of Sam King as a pusher, and Kendrick being a bit hesitant of making that 3rd line work. They're 4 wide, and these people have to keep it straight. And they scoot it back 2 by 2. So that was a bit of a scary moment, as looks like the 10 of Frimpong and the 96 is Zoltan Hertek. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I guess a bit of miscommunication, but luckily they sorted it out.
Yep, and now Liam Sheen, Sam King will be battling for the lead right here. Nick and Delicato pushing Liam Sheen, and up on the outside, that's Ryan Kendrick pushing Sam King. Two great pushers behind these two leaders right now. They're working down the front straightaway to take lap number 9. Liam Sheen continues to lead. He's for his second career iSCAR win.
Michael Bianchini just recently went off a pit road. Might have been some sort of issue. I'm not really sure what happened. Yeah, I'm not really sure. You see another car way back in the field. That's the number 80 of James Youngman. He's going to get lapped, and they're 3 by 3. They're 4 wide, actually.
Whoa! Sorted out, guys, and they do for now as Blaze McKinney is going to move to the outside. Ryan Kendrick slammed the brakes to make sure he wasn't in the middle of that. Nick Delicato moved to the outside as Zoltan Herzog, who started in 30th, he's up in the top 10 as well. Some of these guys are picking their way to the field very, very quickly right now. But man, some of these guys really getting swirly up here. Sam King looking for the lead, 3 wide up the middle.
Oh, he's got 3 by 3 action that Zoltan's going to go with in Delicato. We'll see if that high side will pick up, and they're going to have to lap around the 80 of James Youngman. Unfortunate for him, it looks like he's just going to stay up on the high side, but they're 3 wide. Looks like Patterson's going to get boxed in line. 4 wide.
Great job by James Youngman to hold his line up there. I commend him for that. He was able to hold the line and not hit anybody. We saw that mess up at Daytona a season back where Keelan Belch should try to do the same thing and end up crashing the field. But down the front straightaway, Sam King has taken the lead. He's clear in front of Liam Sheen and the rest of the field as they work down the front straightaway through the tryout. We'll see if Liam Sheen's going to have a counter move, and he does to the outside of Sam King. But here comes Garrett Hess up into the 3rd position.
Yeah, Hess has been sneaking himself inside the top 5. He's just holding his line, trying to get this thing floating around. The 72 and Delicato got a bit tight into 1, and they're 3 wide. It looks like Latham Joyner up on that high side. Unfortunately for him, he has no help. He's going to get left out up against the safer barrier, but up front, they are scrambling for the lead yet again. Some cars switching back in line, and the 10 of Frimpong and the 72 of Delicato. Both of them made contact, and this will check up the rear of this pack, and here comes the second pack who's going to close it in. Hunter Johnson to the 12. The man who came from the LCQ is already working himself into the mix.
Yeah, some of these guys out of the LCQ, they waste no time getting up to the front as Michael Bianchini will get lapped. The driver who is tossing $25 into the wind pool here tonight. Man, Liam Sheen threw a big block on Zoltan Herzog down the front straightaway. Zoltan working from 30th up, battling for the lead here as we work side by side behind Liam Sheen through 1 and 2 right now. But the outside line, you can see they're actually getting really formed up. That inside's got a huge gap. Do you see that? As Sam King will actually move to the outside, try to retake the lead away from Liam Sheen. It's going to have a good pusher of Zoltan behind him as these guys continue to move around in this pack.
Now 3 wide action. Now got a lot of cars fanned up on that high side. Looks like being led by Christian West, Latham Joyner, and as well as looks like the 10 and Mark Frimpong. They're going to work themselves in the mix, but unfortunately, they're not going to go anywhere with it. Wow, a bit of scrambling right there! And, oh my goodness, what a save by Nick Miller!
I cannot believe he saved that.
They're checking up right behind, though.
Crashed. Lots of guys going to take advantage of this to move up through the field. Hunter Johnson not hitting the brakes at all out of that. He's going to pick up some positions as well as AJ Bain, but that does split the field up a little bit. Oh, Sam King got shot by Liam Sheen right there. They work down the back straightaway, side by side. Zoltan's going to move out as well. These guys are going to get formed up, and I think 3 or 4 laps, we're going to have a big pack once again as Sam King leads into turn 3.
Yeah, a lot of people got fanned out in single file. Looks like Miller is back into the mix, and look at the run he has, rummaging up on that lower side, but he gets shut off by the 86 of Garrett Hess, who's now in 2nd spot. Move the 86 up into the top 2 as they're side by side yet again for this top spot. 2x2 action, and looks like we're 5 rows deep this time, and Delicato is not letting go of that 3rd line, and unfortunately for this attempt, he's going to be left out to dry in that number 72, and he's going to scoot himself most likely out of this top 10.
Well, side by side between these guys, lots of moving around here up in this lead pack, but man, we've seen a lot of aggressive racing early, but we have not seen an incident yet. We saw a near one with Nick Miller, but that was an amazing save by him. They worked down the back straightaway. Nick and Delicato having trouble choosing a line right now, but Liam Sheen has the edge into turn 3 right now, getting a nice push by Christian West up on that outside. Christian West, pretty good pusher there. But they work down the front straightaway. These guys as I said, they're going to start to form up with this second pack that was catching up, and Liam Sheen moves way to the inside with a huge block as we come to take lap 15.
Yeah, as soon as he was clear, he did the elevator scoot down to the yellow line, and he takes over that top spot, but Sam King is not staying in line. He wants to move himself up to that second line and maybe retake it here in just a moment as the 9 and Nick Miller wants out of it. He's seen enough. He's going to move himself to the back as maybe not up front. It might be a good time as Miller, even though he's dropping back, and they're scrambling really hard up front, and they might see a wreck here in just a moment. My goodness, they are all sorts of sideways on the entrance to the corner. I'm not sure if it's a setup thing, but it seems as though these Cup cars are way more sensitive than what they were previous seasons.
Whoa! Blaze McKinney, what a save. I don't know what just happened there, how he got out of line there, but he's able to hang on to that race car as well. Man, that was huge as Jonathan Jones also works his way into the top 10. And Cody Webster, who started in 38th position, he's up in the top 10 as well, that Proximity Racing Chevrolet. As he started 41st, in fact, so he's working his way back as Liam Sheen's going to move to the outside against Sam King here. Man, Liam Sheen, Sam King, Christian West, Zoltan Herzeg, and a few other guys have just put on a show here in the early portion of the race.
But who knows? It may be ingredients for a 40-car wreck here in just a moment.
Boy.
Because,
no?
Yeah, my goodness, these people are racing so aggressively. I mean, we scroll all the way back, all the way, it looks like, to the number 6 of Max Yerk. All these, it may not look hectic from the top of the roof, but man, there's just so much nerve being put into this as, oh my gosh, another huge move as Christian West moves himself to the front, and I don't know how many leaders we've had. This might be our 8th.
Oh! Man, he almost got turned right there by Liam Sheen. Gave him a bump, kind of got him out of shape, but able to hang 7 different leaders here tonight already as we work lap 17 right now. So we could have a lot more leaders before this thing's said and done, but God, man, these guys are so aggressive up front, but they're putting on a show for the fans right now. I think 29 people watching right now. Let's get those numbers up. We appreciate everybody viewing here tonight as we have the finale here for the Cory Harts Media Super Speedway Challenge. We're going to crown a champion here tonight, and we're also going to crown a winner after 94 laps, so don't go away right now, but looks like Nick Andela kind of way in the back. He decided to bail completely out of it as Liam Sheen's going to lead another lap.
Lap number 18 into the books, and they're 2x2, looks like 5 rows deep. Make that 7 rows as James Youngman also adding up to that mix, as well as Frimpong. Up front, though, it's been Liam Sheen, but here comes that high side charge of that number 96. A familiar sight to see that number 96 as Zoltan Herzeg work himself toward the front, and here he is yet again. So, Sam King, he washed up the racetrack on entrance. Oh boy, here we go, we're scrambling again.
I don't know why Liam Sheen, I guess he's just bailing, saying, I'm out of here. You guys can battle it up for yourselves. But that was really abrupt, but able to get out of the way in time for these guys as Zoltan Herzeg makes his way up the middle line. I think he just led that lap, and he did. Good push by Blaze McKinney up on the outside lane. As Josh Patterson, we haven't talked about Josh at all here tonight. He's definitely top line.
Yeah, talk about some new names like Christian West. We haven't seen him in a while. Sam King in that number 27. He's making his first start here tonight in iSCAR. Zoltan Herzeg, of course, on a daily basis we see his name up there. Oh, Jonathan T. Jones in that 06. He's now inside this top 10, so a lot of underdogs just slowly scooting himself into the picture as AJ Payne, he too wants a piece of this action.
Jonathan Jones, remember, he got second in the truck race at Daytona to start the season, so he had a good start to the season, but lack of attendance there took him out of the championship. But Sam King works on the outside of Christian West. Those two are in the same voice call right now, so those guys actually communicating. Let's see who else is in that voice call. Cody Webster, Leighton Joyner, and a couple other guys. So watch out for guys that are in the same voice channel to be working with each other, communicating when to pit, what line's moving, everything else. As Mark Fripphoff's going to be out of line right there, and he just saved that. Wow.
That's another huge save by that number 10. We're going to get a replay of that as Frimpong, I'm not really sure if he got bumped out of line by, looks like Kenneth Bueno, but he got out of line either way, and it's going to jam up a second pack who's sort of confused on what's trying to go on. All these drivers have just rapid, rapid processes. They're processing things too fast than what they're supposed to be, and in turn, it's causing a lot of scrambling. This might be ingredients for another 20-car pileup, so we're not sure as Sam King washes up the racetrack. My goodness.
AJ Payne's actually worked his way in the top 5. We ain't said anything about him here, but man, he's worked his way from deep in the field as well up to this top 5. So we've seen guys move from the back to the front. We've seen guys move from the front to the back. We've seen some guys that are definitely going to take that conservative strategy for this first part of the race. But I cannot believe the aggressive racing we've had. We made it 21 laps, and we haven't even had a caution yet as Sam King moves to the outside. Blaze McKinney's going to say no to that, and he's going to block twice. Will he block 3 times as Sam King moves to the outside? He will not. But Zoltan Hergzeg will actually split Sam in the middle. So Sam King's in the sucker hole right now as Zoltan gets a good push by AJ Payne.
Oh!
Watch out, guys. Somebody just door banged. Looks like that was Christian West and Sam King. That actually helped Sam King get back up in this thing as AJ Payne's going to be the one that gets drop kicked as Zoltan moved back to the middle lane. But man, we've seen aggressive blocking that last time by. Blaze McKinney somehow was able to hang on. But Zoltan Hergzeg, Sam King, both going to move to the inside. Man, he just squeezed in front of him.
Oh my gosh, they're like pushing in the corner. Sam needs to lay off with Zoltan, or else that's going to be a big wreck. And AJ Payne, we talked about him a lot. He's had some horrible luck on the super speedway side, but hopefully this is the race in which it changes here in the finale as you see some more scrambling. Blaze gets moved up, but Sam's on the apron. My goodness, not really sure what's up with the 27. He's just all sorts of sideways, and him being up front, oh my goodness, I'm not so sure about that.
Well, hasn't caused a crash yet. Christian West and Sam will both move to the outside of the racetrack, trying to take the lead back from Zoltan Hergzeg. I think these guys are going to be going back and forth for the rest of this green flag run here. But Sam King will clear. Christian West cannot, so he will have to rely on some help from Blaze McKinney, Mark Frimpong, and others up on the outside. And we'll see that outside line starting to really form up now. We're having many rows of 2x2.
Yeah, it looks like I'd say 10 rows of 2x2 as you see right there, Zoltan Hergzeg, the stars aligning right in the back, and he's going to get a huge shot from Christian West, and he'll most likely lead out the wire, and he does so. So, move the 96 back to the top of the scoring pile on. He's going to drop to the low side in front of the 27 to Sam King. A nice maneuver by that as Blaze wanting to split down 3 wide maybe as he cuts off the 117 to Kenneth Bueno. Where did he come from?
Yeah, some guys moving up into this top 10. We haven't talked about all day. How about J.J. Hill moving his way out of the LCQ? He's also in the top 10. Has lots of moves. They saved it again. Wow.
I'm shocked.
Garrett Hess with a nice save out of that. I don't know how they keep hanging on to it. We ain't going to see that for much longer. Zoltan Hergzeg's going to be kind of the sitting duck right here as Garrett Hess, even though he made that save, trying to make a run for the lead, but he's going to get bottled up as he can't go anywhere. Here comes Sam King back on the outside. We have seen some crazy racing here in these last 5-6 laps.
Yeah, that's right. As some scrambling toward the back.
Whoa,
looks like
what the heck? Oh, did they make contact back there?
Yeah, they might have made contact, and this in turn will split the pack up big time. And that was the number 35. Looks like a Ryan Kendrick, the one who really got disconnected. And oh man,
Max Urich to the inside as well. The 6 car moved way down. As looks like Ivan Dejani might be out of the race.
The 47
blew up.
Yeah, blew up.
Oh, you got to be kidding me!
Right there.
Oh, he couldn't see the guy.
Oh
was
yeah.
blinking. What? Wow, he was drafting behind a car.
No, he didn't blow up. It was just him just drafting behind a guy who was blinking, and that in turn caused a checkup. I think J.J. Hill in that 47 expected a wreck. Unfortunately, man, it left him out real dry, and you see there the 6 of Max Urich. Unfortunately, he was a victim of circumstances. I was up front. Oh my goodness.
Well, with the abrupt slowdown, I thought he had blown an engine there. Man, Zoltan Hergzeg got a squirrely push by Sam King right there, but a lot of pushing the pusher I've seen here tonight, so that's probably what's causing some of these guys to get out of line here is Garrett Hess. I don't know how he's been hanging on to that thing. He looked really loose right now, but Blaze McKinney back up to 3rd. Kenneth Bueno up to 4th, one of our guys that calls the races here on MaxspeedTV. Good to see him up in the top 5 right now as he's going to move up with his friend Blaze McKinney. Those guys are going to work together, maybe take the lead here.
But Zoltan's going to say no, and fend off that high side, but he can't fend off right up against the safer barrier.
Wow.
3 wide action into turn number 1 and 2, but unfortunately for Blaze and Kenneth, they are not going to go anywhere because of it, and this in turn just opened up the door for the 86, who's saying bye-bye, and goes to the lead, but he has a mirror full of that 27 as Sam King, who's going to take it to the second lane.
Man, these guys have been racing crazy the entire race. Sam King working to the outside with Zoltan Herzeg as a pusher. Zoltan with a nice push, too. Zoltan, one of the best pushers I've seen here in the Super Speedway Series, as well as, man, Mark Frimpong also in this top 5. We ain't talked about him a whole lot other than the save he made a couple laps ago, as he's up in the top 5. AJ Baines worked his way back up here as well. Man, this has been absolutely wild. We've seen guys go from the front to the back. We've seen guys go from the back to the front. We've seen guys just get put in the sucker hole, but they've come back and are battling for the lead here.
37 drivers on this lead lap will have to work themselves, in this pack, will have to organize themselves and work themselves on the pit road correctly because, the move to the low side is going to show Blaze McKinney to the lead as Zoltan's going to fend off that high side. Oh, Zoltan's going to get split, but will anybody go with AJ? Looks like Kenneth. No, that's not Kenneth. That's a 9 of Miller.
Patrick Mush as well. Another guy out of the LCQ who's working his way in the top 10, so... some of these guys, who, even though I had to go to the LCQ, they have been racing aggressively up here. So we'll see that all race long. As you said, we're getting close to that pit window. These guys may start to get formed up single file, or maybe just get in line and communicate with each other to get in the pits here. But we won't be seeing that for a little while longer. I think we got maybe 5 different laps before they're going to have to think about really pitting here. So Blaze McKinney will lead the field down the back straightaway. Sam King second. Garrett Hess third. Mark Frimpong fourth. Christian West fifth. Zoltan Herzeg sixth. Latham Joyner seventh. Nick Miller eighth. Patrick Mush ninth. AJ Bain 10th. Almost half of that top 5 is made up of rapid cars right now. So that team, the 27, 10, 3, and I think 075, all working together right now.
Yeah. Also some more teams into the mix. Oh, Michael Bianchini's dead sideways.
Nice save there. I don't know how he got sideways, but he was able to hang on to it. Great car control by Bianchini, but that won't help his case to get back on the lead lap here. As we cross the line, we've taken lap number 30. We're almost a third of the way through.
Yeah, and that pit window's open. If you pit now, we'll pull up race summary. If you pit now, you'll have 65 laps to go, so you could split that, split 65 into 2, and you'll have your second pit stop. But it's just a matter of when you're going to make it, though. So the rest of these guys, it's sort of a waiting game toward the back, but up front, some of these people saying, I want to have a bit of fun and, make something happen. And here we go for the lead yet again. Up on the high side is Zoltan Herzeg, but Blaze McKinney might lead it at the wire. Indeed, he does so. So maybe, I think that's Blaze's first lap he's led. No, it's his fourth. Look at that, 9 cars have led a lap.
Yeah, a couple of those guys are the points runners like Christopher Weil and Dylan Basin. Both led a lap, got the bonus points, but you see where they are. Christopher Weil, 34th on the racetrack right now. That's his conservative strategy. He thinks if the 08 is going to be out of the race here from crash, he has an opportunity to go win the race and can just keep himself in the lead. Obviously, we've gone 31 laps. I can't believe that we have gone without a crash or caution. So.
Oh, wow. Some people really early pit stops right here.
Speeding in the pit lane. Somebody came in way too hot. Flew in there. I'm not sure if he even made pit road. I think that was Jonathan Jones that just sailed it in there. He probably is going to get speeding, but Sam King ended up pitting. No one else went with him, so without a caution, he is in a bad position right now. But Zoltan Herzeg not in a bad position. He's taking the lead away from Blaze McKinney, as these guys have been side by side for a couple laps.
I'm very, very surprised to see these people hit pit road early. I expect them to hit around 35, but I guess not. They're really trying to split it a third of the way through, and this is the third of the way, and my goodness, you see you scrambling right there. I wouldn't say scrambling, as Kenneth just backing off to work Frimpong back in line, but here we go. Pit stops are open this time by, and it looks like, I'd say, a quarter of the field works himself on through. Mark Frimpong is super hot, and that is speeding and an off track for that number 10, so that is a fat rip, and press F to pay respects.
Yeah, I mean, he may be speeding as...
Oh, and he overshot as well.
Spun. His car spun entering the pit lane. I think that is Louis Galvan.
Yeah, that's correct.
I believe. Wow. So he spun on pit entry, able to hang on to the car and not bring out a yellow flag, but that's also going to hurt him as we work down the back straightaway. Blaze McKinney continues to lead as he's got Garrett Hess behind him. Garrett Hess has really been playing up in this lead pack for about 15 laps now. Made that amazing save earlier and still up in this top 3 right now as more cars coming in the pits. Jonathan Jones going to serve that speeding penalty that I said. Unfortunate for him, but he was going maybe 100 miles an hour through there, so not the best thing for him to do there. But Blaze McKinney will put another lap lead on the board. He's going after that most laps led right now.
I'm very surprised to see some, looks like Jeremiah Bethune in the number 50. He's going to hit pit road by himself. Unfortunately, he has no partner to really draft off of, no pack to really draft off of, so I'm expecting that 50 to be out of it for the time being. But in the meantime, up front, we still have, looks like, I'd say 27 cars, still, no, like 28 grouped up together. So in a matter of time, some of these drivers have to hit pit road in an organized fashion and maybe slap on some 4 tires and fill it up all the way with some Sunoco fuel, and yet again, everybody's staying out. So because this bigger pack is staying out, this in turn is just killing all those people who pitted very, very early, and they might be going a lap down here really, really soon. Actually, I think they're not a lap down. You see them right here, and the leaders are not far off behind, right over there. So they need to get themselves organized and going ASAP, or else we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, they work down the back straightaway. The side behind him, but as you said, we're coming close to that fuel window, and I mean, we have a huge pack. These guys are going to have to sort it out quick. They'll need to be in the pits the next 3.
Spam that 1 key.
Yep. Or if you change,
here we go.
Spam whatever key it is. But
oh my goodness!
A gaggle of cars will enter the pits, including Zoltan Herzog, Blaze McKinney, Garrett Hess, several drivers, and Delicado slides. Henry Tabor is off the track as well.
And there's that. Oh my goodness!
Crash.
That's Herzog.
Wow. One of the most dominant cars early in the race has spun in the pit lane after contact there. Oh, he's going to need a caution.
We'll get another replay of that, but it looks like... Oh, Tabor. Horrible. Oh, my goodness.
And got turned by Kenneth, and and
Delicado
involved. Patrick Muse involved. He had to overshoot his pit stall to avoid getting hit right there. Henry Tabor, as you said, was overshooting. I mean, a big gaggle mess entering the pit lane, but David Bachman is your leader right now.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the second wave, going to head itself down onto pit road, and looks like one of those cars are actually going to stay themselves out, but some of these people are misjudging it. Patterson, that's a fat speed.
Nearly spins as well. The 89 was sideways, just 90 degrees sideways entering the pits right there. I think he was able to save it, but
we got
another crash in the back of here. Poindexter spun.
Mitch Hobbs, Mitch Hobbs is around.
Max Urich nearly had get involved in that, so
many people
crashes.
Similar situation to what we saw in the Daytona Xfinity race. These people were just overshooting the pit entry. It's just so much commotion. These drivers just totally misjudging their tires, because you wear them a lot on super speedways. Andy McDowell involved in a wreck. We'll get a replay of what happened here. It looks like Mitch Hobbs.
Hobbs spun.
Oh, that's a rip.
Nails Andy McDowell. Christopher Wilde nearly gets involved in that second points, able to avoid that. Man, could be his championship saving moment if the 08 in fact wrecks out, but long way to determine that. Some guys exiting the pits there. Blaze McKinney, the mellow yellow Chevrolet, one of those guys to escape the pit lane right now. David Bachman continues to lead the way. The 119 car leads.
Trey Shuttlesworth overshot its pit stall, so the 19, unfortunately, is going to have to work himself back onto pit road, and this in turn will hand the lead to Patterson, but he's not going to have it for long, and look at this pack, just going to rummage on by, and looks like 2 light years faster than that 02, and easily to the lead goes the 075, and you see how small this pack was, and this is the pack who first pitted, and look at that. And they played the strategy right, and now they're up front by themselves.
Even Sam King, who pit by himself, was able to get up in this pack. So those rapid cars, they're top 4 right now in the race. So those guys completely played it perfectly, as looks like Max Urich is about to get put a lap down by the leaders here. So Christian West, Mark Frimpong, Sam King, Dylan Basin, Liam Sheen, top 5 as Lathan Joyner as well. Really blinking right there. I was like, where did he go? Because he was in the top 4. I don't have it, but he had a little bit of blinking issues. Got that situated. He's still in the top 10. And we see lots of trios of cars. There's a 5-car pack. Ryan Kendrick, or excuse me, 6 cars. There was a blinker in there. There's a 2-car pack. Several other 2-car packs. There's another one. And a single-car driver. Oh, boy.
That's Shuttlesworth, so a lot of people got disconnected. Man, this in turn will... Oh, no. This is a bad strategy for these top people. Never mind that. They're now going to fan it out 2 by 2 as Nova is going to fill up that outside lane. But I was about to say, if these people keep it single file, they are not going to go anywhere with it, as now we have some 2 by 2 action. And Christopher Wild, that number 41. P2 is up here in the mix, and where's the 08 of Dylan Basin? I don't even know. I don't even know where Basin went.
He's in 5th.
Oh, that's right. He is in 5th. I was trying to look for his name.
West continues to lead the way right now. Mark Frimpong 2nd, Sam King 3rd, and side by side behind him up in this pack. Looks like it's a 9-car pack with some guys straggling in the back. Nick and Delgado, Christopher Weil, and Hunter Johnson can catch up to this group. They need these guys to stay double file to be able to do that. As lots of fanning out. Look at Liam Sheen make a move to the outside. Really squirrely up there, right in front of our championship leader, Dylan Basin. So if I'm Dylan, we're 3 wide down the back straightaway, 3 by 3 by 3. With Cole Williams, actually, I had no clue, but he's also up in this lead pack. So he's worked his way from the rear. He is up in the 3rd.
Luckily, this is not... Oh, my goodness. You see the blocking up there as Christian West is going to... Oh, my goodness. He just about killed that number 10 of Frimpong, who's going to work himself to the quarter panel. It opened up the door for that 42 of Cole Williams, but unfortunately, he's boxed back in line. Traffic. And some more lap traffic going to play a factor into this, and this, in turn, will open up the lucky dog position into some sort of mayhem here. So, for these people who are getting lapped, they got to be worrying a bit. So for the 6 of Max Yerk, he might be the last one. Yeah, no, he's not. That's Henry Tabor in the number 40. No, now Yerk.
Max just went by him.
Yeah, Max just went by him. So
Max is going to be tagging on to this pack, and each time he laps somebody, he can just straight up pass him up here. So as long as he can hang on to this group, he has a good shot of getting the free pass if the caution, in fact, does come out here. So Christian West, Cole Williams, Nick Miller, top 3. Also another driver that I didn't realize was in this pack. So you got a handful of rapid drivers. You got a couple Nova guys sprinkled in there. You got Nick Miller from SBG, Cole Williams, the independent. Delicado, I think he's an independent now. He did leave SBG earlier this month. So, man, still moving out as Nick Miller is going to get split by Frimpong and King up on the outside, as well as Joyner there. Frimpong actually moves back down, and West continues to lead. He's going after the most laps led as well, but we are exactly halfway. No, we're not halfway yet. We're almost halfway here, and we have not had a caution yet. I'm very surprised by how this race has played out so far.
Uh-oh, we might have had a wreck, and Sam King, you're right!
No!
You jinxed it!
Caution's out! Caution's out. I'm sorry for jinxing it there, but Sam King has spun, looped it on the front straightaway. Not sure how much damage he has, but the caution is out first time tonight. Lap 43. Took us that long to get the caution, but the caution is out for the 27 car making his debut. Had a strong run early. Let's see what happened. Oh, he cleared himself off of Liam. And hard in the inside wall. Spins back across the racetrack. So plenty of damage actually to Sam King's machine. Strong run for our debut driver is going to go way south now as he hits the inside wall hard, and that's probably going to end his night.
Yeah, he just cleared himself, and bam, right there, there's the shot. We'll get a better replay of it as he worked himself right up off the 4. Saw a hole, went for it, but unfortunately Sheen had a run, and Sam just, whoop-de-doo, and ouch. Ouch. You are right.
And these guys took evasive action to avoid that, but that's going to save some of these guys that were way back about to get lapped. I think the free pass actually went to the 6 car, so I was right about him tagging on the back.
Did not.
He did not? Did he lap somebody else?
Shuttlesworth was in.
Shuttlesworth ruined it
as
for
soon
him.
as
Nice.
Shuttlesworth got lapped. Oh,
wonderful.
That sucks. I mean, either way, if you pit now, you're still going to have to one-stop it from this point forward, I think. We'll pull it up. Yeah, you'll still have to one-stop it. So Max has the option to stay himself out in the racetrack and, you know, be fine for right now. So it wouldn't hurt. He's just going to have to start himself from the tail end.
Well, that sucks for Max Urich. I thought he was able to get the free pass, but I did not see that the 19 had gotten lapped at that point. But all these guys in for pit stops. Dylan Basin, Christopher Weil, Nick Miller, Nick Delicato. Rest of our leaders in for pit service here. Smart move by these guys to get all into the pit lane, get fresh tires, get fuel, like completely fill it up on fuel, and the 41's going to be the first one out. Looks like. Might have had somebody else get out before him. Cole Williams had a really short pit stop. He might have beat him off, but...
we do have some people who stay themselves out on the racetrack, though, and we'll pull up the leaderboard to see who that is. Kenneth Bueno in the 117 will stay himself out on the racetrack, and he'll retain the lead for right now. I'm not sure if he's going to work himself back into pit road next time by. As you see the 50 of Jeremiah, not really sure what he's doing.
He was... said he scored second there. Maybe he's just getting back in his position. I am not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So a bit of miscommunication probably by Jeremiah. But yeah, first caution of the day as Sam King clears himself, unfortunately. And we work ourselves back to 55 miles per hour. And that run had a total of, oh my goodness, I don't even know how many people were on the, over 10. The leaderboard, I mean, this board right here can't even count everybody. That's crazy. So we do have some disconnections from the from that wave. Andy McDowell is out after getting nailed by Mitch Hobbs. Zoltan Hertzeg, after getting turned into the inside, he's going to be out. So two really, your last week, I mean, not last week, but one of your former winners and Zoltan Hertzeg, a really strong contender, are out. And Sam King, he too was very strong. I don't know how many laps he led. Yeah, he led 2. He was running toward the front, so the 27's out.
Oh,
and Michael Bianchini is 2 down. I know he had some sort of issue there as he had hit pit road really early. But
it started and never really got the chance to get back on the lead lap. So unfortunate for him, that's how his races played out. I'm pretty sure him and James Youngman, who both pit started, I think they were expecting early crashes, and we didn't get that till lap 43. And I mean, that's just such a surprise here that it took that long. But looks like Max Urich stayed out to be able to get the wave around here. So him, Henry Tabor will get back on the lead lap here. At least those two. I'm not sure about these other drivers. There's another driver that's taking that wave around there. Eli O'Quinn, I think, is the driver that just went around. But Kenneth Bueno, Jeremiah Bethune, Louis Galvan. Top 3, Cole Williams was the first one out of the pits. He's 4th. Christian West 5th. Garrett Hess in the 6th position. Latham Joyner 7th. Blaise McKinney 8th. Mark Frimpong 9th. And a little bit of shuffling for the 10th position. Looks like Nick Miller is 10th right here. So, man, top 3 stayed out. Rest of them were in for pit service. So I think these guys that stayed out are banking on another yellow flag to where maybe they can come top off on a pit stop after the caution comes out. To where
speaking of topping off, look how many people topped off.
Yep. Good strategy there as well.
You can't stretch it all the way to 50 laps.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure why they topped off. They're all going to have to start single file now.
I don't know if that's totally bad strategy. I mean, every little bit of fuel matters, especially on these strategies. As we saw last week, the guys that pit way late actually were the guys that ended up winning the race. So if it goes green to the end, we could have a situation like last week. But
we might have a situation like we saw in the truck series. Who knows?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that too.
That too. So who knows?
Oh my goodness.
Coming up for the restart, Kenneth Bueno, our MSTV commentator on the Legends series, I mean not Legends series, Street Stock side, is going to lead it to the green, sporting KBRN on the hood. Jeremiah Bethune in that number 50, the last time he started himself up there was a big wreck getting himself into turn number 1 in last season, so hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Pace car is on in, and for the first restart tonight, we will go green on lap number 46. Glad you could join us in here for tonight's MaxspeedTV broadcast here on MaxspeedTV.com, as well as YouTube and other stuff as well. 4H Harts Media Super Speedway Challenge. Green flag will fly right about now.
Green flag, green
indeed
flag.
It does. And we're back up and away here at Talladega, and a big, big jump by Kenneth. He might be a sitting duck.
No, he's definitely going to be a sitting duck, because unlike the initial start, he doesn't have a teammate behind him, but Jeremiah will move down to the inside. Cole Williams will as well, and it's like Lewis Gallo really only has that inside line right now, as he did not get a good start whatsoever. He gets a big bump from the car behind him, but looks like Jeremiah and Cole Williams will move to the outside. A couple guys to the apron. Nick and Delicato, one of them. And shuffling down the back straightaway, new leader, the 50 car.
Yep, and looks like the 42 of Cole will get left out to dry. And Jeremiah, oh, that's a great face to see up front, as he's going to lead his first ever iSCAR laps here tonight under green flag, I think. So, good. Props by that 50 for putting it to the front, as he's side by side with the number 86 of Garrett Hess. Hess is saying otherwise of that. He's getting a huge shot from Blaze McKinney. They work themselves to start-finish line. Looks like Hess will spoil that 50's party, as Blaze looking to take it 3 wide. Got a bit out of line there. Maybe he was expecting Hess to drop down low, but that opened up the door for that number 50, Jeremiah, who's going to put it back to the top.
Yep, getting a good shove from behind, but now he's just going to say, I'm till the end and maybe battle for the lead here once again. But I'll give Garrett Hess the race lead down the back straightaway, but Kenneth Bueno getting a good shot by Nathan Joyner on the inside. They're going to say otherwise here, as Kristen West as well working his way back up in the top 5 as well. Caution came out. As you see, 3 wide in the mid portion of the field. You got one car still on the apron. That is Jeremiah Bethune. Looks like we've got 2 or 3 distinct packs here on the racetrack.
Yeah, we have this first pack, which are clustered up 2 by 2. All these drivers just pinching each other, trying to get some wrestling real estate. But toward this back half of the field, everybody's just fanned out, trying to mind their own business. But here are all the people who started single file, and this is the bad thing of pitting with 1 lap to go. You're gonna get really disconnected from everybody else, and this is the result of what happens when you pit with 1 to go. You're all single file, and you don't get a good restart. Unfortunately, that front pack is going to slowly start pulling away, unless we have a caution here in a moment, in which we might. Hess is a bit sideways. My goodness, I don't know if he got bumped out of line by Blaze McKinney, who's all over the 86. In the meantime, we work ourselves 2 by 2 right up off the corner. Kenneth Bueno versus the number 3 of Latham Joyner.
We'll see who leads this lap down the front straightaway. Really close side-by-side action right now. Kenneth Bueno leads that lap, so awesome to see him up front. We love working with him here in the booth, and right now he leads the race as we have hit lap number 49, just past halfway here at Talladega. Back straightaway we go. Lots of double file, and doesn't look like we're letting up anytime soon, so this could be just like the first run we had here.
Yep, that's right, and we're halfway this time by. Crank up that volume. We're going to crank it up here on MaxspeedTV. What a beautiful sound to see 43 drivers roaming in this huge, huge pack. We're back here live on MaxspeedTV after the crank it up. My goodness, it's getting hectic up front yet again, and they're starting to double up. My goodness, and up front right now is Latham Joyner.
Yep, Latham was able to get clear of Kenneth, so now Garrett Hess will be the leader of the outside line, and we've seen him be strong all race, battling up for the lead in the early portion of the race, and now here in this middle part. He's still gunning for the lead, as here's his second pack, which is also very, very racy back there. So no matter what position it is on the racetrack, these guys are going for it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if somebody checks up and this whole front pack gets spread out, maybe that second pack has a chance to catch up. But I'm not really sure as of right now. Speaking of scrambling, oh, there's a scramble right there! One car super out of line!
Somebody just made an amazing save right there. Who was that? Was that Christian West? I think it is.
It's like it was.
What a save. What a save. And he stays to the inside.
So we're talking about checkups.
To merge.
We're talking about checkups, so unfortunately for Christian West, I think he'll get booted out of this first pack, and here's this second pack. They're not going to have a chance to really catch, but meanwhile up front, still, it's Garrett Hess and Latham Joyner. They're way more organized than what we were those, that first run, and in turn, it's causing this, probably the fastest laps being logged right now on the racetrack.
Yeah, ooh, a little bit of shuffling down the back straightaway on the inside line. Patrick Bush kind of got get out of line right there, but Garrett Hess led last time by. We'll see if he can lead another lap here. He's probably up there for the most laps led here tonight, as he's been able to. Front him, Latham Joyner, two of the more dominant cars here tonight. But, man, we've seen a lot of different leaders here tonight. That's something that I really like about this race.
Yeah, it's just a product of super speedway racing, as well as three wide action up on the against the safer barrier is Blaze McKinney, and Hess will drop back down to the bottom and move Frimpong now for a challenge for the lead with a push from AJ Payne in that number 88. So now, oh my goodness, we might we're in position to maybe see some 3x3 action as you see some contact toward the back. One car gets booted out of way, but man, these people are racing so aggressively. Speaking of three wide, we have it here as Blaze trying to make that outside line work. He's going to drag Miller with him, but looks like the O2 is going to slide himself back in line.
One car really blinked right there in the middle of that group. I am not sure who it was, but that could have been a lot worse. But working down the front straightaway again, Garrett Hess continues to lead the way. The car jumped to the outside line right there to lead that line. That was actually Kenneth Bueno here in the 117. He wants that lead back.
Oh man, you see, oh my goodness, I don't know who was
JJ
right
Hill's
against.
the one that was blanking.
Yeah, but the 80 of James Young, and I don't know if he's on the lead lap, but if he's not, he's going to be the first one lap down, but...
No, he's 2 laps down, way behind, 38th place. There's several lap cars in between him and every pass, so he's just having fun right now in this pack, but 2 laps down. This is not the race that Youngman has wanted. After pit starting, he expected some early issues in the race, did not get it. Got put 2 laps down, and now that's the position he's in.
All right, this time by lap 56 out of 94 into the books. And, oh boy, I really don't know what's going to happen. Oh my goodness, 3 wide yet again. Up on the high side is Kenneth Bueno. He wants out of there, so move Frimpong yet again. That first car up on that high side. Never mind that. Patrick Much is going to go ahead and fill up that high side. So Frimpong's going to have a run. We'll see if he's going to jot up to the high side and take a 3 wide. Indeed he does so. So this will now
behind him.
This will check up this middle portion. I mean, not middle. Yeah, I guess the middle. We're 3x3. Here we go. Oh, we're 4 wide. There goes AJ.
Crash. Patrick Mush overcorrects hard on the outside wall. We're wrecking down the front straightaway. Josh Patterson, AJ Payne, Jonathan Jones, all spinning. James Youngman has crashed as well. Cody Webster avoids. Youngman hard into the inside wall. Dylan Basin also barely avoids the crash. The second pack also coming in. Looks like they are going to make it through as well. But 4 wide action did not work. Patrick Mush caused that one. And unfortunately, overcorrecting the outside wall. Stacked all of them up. Cautions out for the second time.
That's a rip. Got nothing much to say. That's just textbook there and go wrong. Patrick, I'm not really sure if he was trying to get back in line or something like that. Looks like... Oh, it was a 47.
Never mind, J.J. Hill. I apologize, Patrick. I thought you were the one that caused that. No, J.J. Hill actually moved up. Really didn't hold his line down on the inside. Man, Shuttlesworth with a nice avoidance of that, but J.J. Hill gets up into Patrick Muse. Patrick overcorrects into the wall. A little bit of split blame there on an accident, but really, really preventable right there. A.J. Payne, we talked about his bad luck earlier in the race. He's now going to be damaged and out of the race most likely, as well as Josh Patterson as well. A.J. slides to a halt. Cody Webster also with a nice avoidance of that, but oh man, that sucks. That's some guys that we really did not want to see out of the race. Unfortunately, going to be out of it now because of this wreck.
Yeah. JJ, just follow the car in front of you. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if it was like a spotter miscommunication. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Miscommunication. Yes.
There we go.
But unfortunately, he definitely is the one who caused the wreck. Most likely I got an EOL because of it, unfortunately, but this will open up pit road, and I think with this amount to go, oh, it's 38 laps to go, so this is going to be fairly close on fuel. But I'm pretty sure everybody could make it to the end as long as they save like a 2-3 laps. They're going to be fine because they're going to be in the draft and saving fuel, but this is going to be close to the end. You could stretch it all the way to lap 40. Maybe 38. I'm not sure. It's 40 at Daytona, but I don't... It might be 38 because this track is a slight bit longer.
Ooh. Well, that's a good break for the guys that didn't pit that last time by. They're going to be on this, or the last caution, I should say. They're going to be able to get on the same strategy as most of these guys, but we did see a couple guys stay on the racetrack. Justin Johnson being shown your leader right now, as his internet is not treating him well right now. But
yeah, potato internet rip.
Yeah, I wonder if he has Spectrum or not. That's probably why, but I'm done with roasting Spectrum. It's already caused a couple of stream crashes in the last week.
Yeah.
Well, Justin Johnson right now scores the leader. Who's been one of the best cars all day. Second place for him right now. Cole Williams third. He's quietly been up there the whole race. We haven't really talked about him a whole lot, but he could be in for the win here when we come to the end of this thing.
That's alright. It's just a matter of when, matter of who, no matter of why. Need to time your moves strategically. Take those W's and hopefully align them right. Play your cards out right.
We'll see if Justin Johnson will be in this time. Don't think so. So he might be staying out here. Nope, never mind. Blinking. We can't really tell where he's going, and other guys coming in the top off.
Oh, so they're gonna top off. Wow, that's oh
move.
My goodness.
Good move.
It might be a bad. I'm not sure because
I'm gonna maintain my opinion here. That is a great move. Look at how many people are in to top off on gas. They know this is the exact window that they think they're gonna need to stretch it here.
This is gonna single file
laps.
everybody.
Who's saying that's a bad thing though? They could all ride it, and they could all make it to the end and make it a huge show for us.
We saw a huge example of what happens when these people start single file, and this is gonna be way bigger than what we saw previously with all these people starting single file.
True.
So I'm expecting some sort of mishap, unfortunately, especially toward that second pack. All those people in that second pack are gonna become desperate, and in turn, it might cause a wreck. But it just depends on how this leader will initiate this restart. Will he go on pace? Will he go on green? Will he stack it up and maybe roll into the restart? Who knows?
Well, that's Cole Williams' choice to decide here, but a couple other guys stayed out. Lewis Galvin, Max Urich all stayed out. Jeremiah Bethune as well. I think Patterson came in to top off. Not too sure. Not exactly who came in to top off here. So several guys staying out, saying we don't need the extra lap of fuel. But Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting restart to see how everybody's going to get lined up. Are they going to go double file? Are they going to ride single file and save more gas? That's lots of stuff to decide in these next 30-plus laps here. So, caution really came at the wrong time for the guys that didn't want to have to think about saving gas, because now that's a concern for them.
Oh, that's right. I'm just very curious why they hit pit road. I mean, you could save fuel while being in the draft. All you have to do is just be half throttle, and if you're half throttle this whole entire run, as we do have a delay of green, looks like a bit of a scramble toward the back. Again, all these people just single file, unfortunately, just causing up bottles up. And now this will in turn give another chance for these drivers to top off on fuel. So Cole Williams and Lewis Galvin, not Lewis Galvin, but all these people are going to take the chance to top off, and this will scramble the order even further. Look at all these people. Oh my goodness. So
hold on, what the heck? I actually looked back. For some reason, yeah, it delayed there. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
But delayed the restart.
Yeah, it did.
I'm not too sure why that happened, but I guess because not everybody was in line. I don't know, but
yeah, it probably was.
We do know is a lot of people.
It was probably an admin.
Here.
Yeah, and this will give another chance for like all these people to top off on fuel and such like that. But I don't know if these people know how to turn off the engine and such. But oh my goodness, you see all of this? This is messy. Not really what I was expecting, but in turn, it handed the lead to Latham Joyner, the 3.
Very interesting caution flag, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's something new. And now we'll definitely make it all the way to from this point forward.
Oh, the cone. Oh man.
They fixed his 35 laps, and oh my gosh, yeah, rip the cone.
Got knocked once, twice by rapid drivers, so. Those guys not really treating the cone too well right now. The cone actually resets, so the cone, I guess, reborn. I don't know what to say about this whole caution. We're just looking for stuff to say under the caution right now, but look at that. Looks like we're only going to have 2 rows of double file right now for this restart.
It's going to be Patterson and
the rest of it's
Lewis.
Single file. It's going to be crazy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on how this restart will go. It's gonna be hectic from, I'd guess, 14th on back. I think 14 cars is gonna be how big this front pack will get, because Latham, I know he's pulled some restart antics before. He might go on pace car, honestly, and that in turn will leaving a sitting duck, and it'll fan out the field. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could go into this, and just going through all the scenarios and.
Pace car's in.
Yeah, pace car's in this time by. It's gonna be difficult.
These guys on the outside are gonna have to hope they get some hole, or they're gonna be going from
lay back the restart and roll into it. Jump the restart maybe.
35th. But these guys gonna be going here. This is not a normal Talladega restart. But,
green flag.
Look at all those people toward the back. They're trying to jump the restart. Indeed, they do.
Heck? Oh my goodness. Hopefully we don't get
the 3x3.
Hope we don't have to have black flags to clear.
Oh my goodness, this might be a wreck.
Everybody just trying to figure out where the heck they're gonna go here. Lots of 3x3 back here by these guys shuffling. There's 3 wide up front as well. Latham Joyner, though, your leader right now, is several cars are gonna drop down and say, "I want out of here. We're gonna have a wreck soon."
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So all those people who started single file. They laid back the restart and grouped themselves up together. So how about that? Liam Sheen, what a move by him to make it 3 wide. We're 3x3.
Yeah, it didn't take long for us to get back crazy. I thought we may have single file running for a little bit, but I guess
never mind that.
And now we're double file for several portions of the field here. But up front, Latham Joyner, Mark Frimpong, teammates up front leading the field.
Whoa, there was a scramble right there as Hess nearly got into the backside. I don't know. That might have been David Bachman. Bachman hit the apron and got a bit loose, and now we're 2x2. It's go time. It's go time from this point forward. So if you need to get track position, now's the time to do it. And this is where blocks are going to get more aggressive, and racing is going to get more hectic, and racing is going to also get tighter as well. and this in turn will cause some wrecks, unfortunately. It's just a matter of who's going to get eliminated, as we see the 57, Blaze McKinney, move himself to the front, and he's dragging the O2 with Josh Patterson with him.
And we know if Patterson gets up front, we've seen the blocks that he's made. Oh boy, we're going to see that again, especially if he's up front at the end of the race here. But Blaze McKinney up front, but here comes Nick and Delicato in that splash and go paint scheme. Very good work by Cosman. You guys, everybody watching, you'll need to check him out. Splash and go graphics, as Delicato will lead that lap, and Liam Sheen up in a second. Those two were clear for the race lead.
Oh boy, so it's Delicato and Liam Sheen by themselves, or side by side for third place, as Blaze McKinney and Henry Tabor unfortunately gonna get left out to dry, and they're sort of semi 2x2 back here. See Max Yerk also in the mix as well, and they now pull it back 2x2. This inside row is sort of fanned out. I'm sure all these people are going to stack up and make a run to the high side. Speaking of high side, here comes the 57 of Blaze. He's going to drag the 75 of Henry Tabor with him. And there's a green, neon green car. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, 47 to JJ Hill. Never mind of that. So JJ is going to be that third car, but he's not tucked up to Henry Tabor, unfortunately. So the outside line will stall for just a moment, but they do have a charge mounted up.
Yeah, but Nick and Delicato, Liam Sheen working together. They are leading the field right now. Josh Patterson, Blaze McKinney side by side for the third position. Double file for about 8 rows or so back. More single file as cars will move down to the inside. An STP car right there. Moved way to the inside. Abrupt move there. I think that was Berge.
Joe Berge? Where did he come from?
He's getting up in.
Yeah, he's sitting 14th right now. There he is, and number 83.
My bad. Looked like STP, but it's actually go foil. Either way, that's one of our championship contenders we also need to watch. Third in points coming into tonight. He's going to need a lot of help to win this championship, but he's
And look where Dylan's running. Dylan is all the way back here in 24th. He's alongside with, looks like, no, not the 41. Where's Christopher Weil? He's all the way back in. He's way back there.
Way back. He's taking a conservative strategy here, way in the back. Looks like he's back near the 30s here. Yeah, he's 30-something right now, 32nd. So he's banking on a huge crash up here that takes a bunch of them out.
It might happen.
At the same time, if the other championship contenders don't get involved, it's not going to be worth it to him at all. So Liam Sheen takes the lead away. Has got plenty of side-by-side right behind them, but man, Liam Sheen, we saw him make that wild move up the middle, and that works out for him at the end of the day. He's right now up in the lead as we come to take lap 66, about 2/3 the way through this race. Here comes Nick and Delicato back to the outside, going to get help from Blaze McKinney, side-by-side to the race.
30 laps to go. When's the time of go time? When do you think is go time?
I'd say 15 to go would be the point where, like, if I was taking a conservative strategy at this point, I'd say 15 to go. I gotta go. Watch out, man! Nick and Delicato got split right there by Blaze. Blaze was not going to wait around to try and get back up towards the lead. He's got a friend Henry Tabor behind him, JJ Hill as well. So some of the Instagram Buds guys moving up to the field as well. Those guys. Starting to take shape right here. They're the top 3 on the outside line. Liam Sheen, though, leads another lap.
It's getting hectic. It's getting there. I don't think it's as hectic as I anticipated, but it's going to get there. It's just a matter of when. And you said 15 laps to go is going to be the mark of where things are going to blow up from that point forward. I'd say 10 to go. 10 to go is the mark.
Well, likely. Man, I mean, it's been crazy all day. We haven't seen a single lap where somebody's not making a wild move up the middle, 3 wide, taking it 3 wide. I mean, we've just seen a lot of aggressive racing. We've seen very minimal cautions, which I'm very proud of that fact that we've only got a few cautions in the race. I think 2 cautions or 3 cautions in the race so far. So this guy is able to hang on to it here, but down the front straightaway, Liam Sheen will have another lap led. He has to be up there.
That's right. He's a championship contender, correct?
No, he got suspended for the second race.
That's right.
He was tied for the points lead heading in the second race, but we know how all that went out. Did something to get himself suspended for that whole week. And unfortunately, that's why he's not in any championship contention. Summer Series, but it would be good for him to get his second career win as he continues to lead the 0-2 of Josh Patterson behind him. Latham Joyner third in line down in the inside lane, but Lace McKinney is not going away up on the outside. He's gunning for the lead here.
It's 34 drivers on this lead lap. That is so many people on the lead lap, but especially with over halfway through the race. Last time we were here, it was a whole different story. My goodness, there was only like 10 cars on the lead lap last time we went here. But here, I mean, you still have a lot of more racing left to go, but definitely way more competition than what we saw last season. These drivers improving over the off season, or that off week, to get themselves situated. And here we go, another charge on that high side is Blaze McKinney in the 57, who wants to wake himself up forward. And oh my goodness, oh gosh, hold your breath. It's a matter of time before we wreck it, but I don't know. I'm clueless. I'm sitting here in shock, and I'm supposed to be a commentator, but I have no words to describe what I'm seeing as JJ Hill is laying the bumper to the 75. This is not a short track.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to push, but not when you're offset like that. That's going to hurt the outside line a little bit, but they don't cause a crash. You can see Henry right on the back bumper of the 57 of McKinney there, trying to push him down the back straightaway. Christian West, who made that amazing save earlier, was up there leading some laps in that first stint. He's back up into fourth after having to work his way back up to the field. He's got teammates behind him as well. There's Garrett Hess as well, the number 86. He's led a handful of laps here tonight, but kind of trapped in there right now. They can't really go anywhere.
Yeah, it's now become way more organized. We have a solid outside line and a solid inside line. It's just a matter of time before we get a third line into the mix, and we'll make things a bit more interesting and such, but the 86 of Garrett Hess, all he has to do is just, you know, float it down until he sees a hole up on that high side and maybe work himself forward. But for right now, it wouldn't hurt to roam around, especially on that bottom side where he could easily drop to the apron and avoid wrecks. And here comes that third line. It's going to be Webster and Miller going to be right up against that safer barrier, but unfortunately for them, they're not going to have anywhere to go as James Youngman. Oh my goodness!
Miller knows how to split a hole. Him and Cody Webster, both of those guys know how to get a line going. Cody Webster is one of the best pushers in the field, so if they can get a solid line up there, they'll be up there in no time. As you can see, cars start to jump in front of them, in fact.
Oh my goodness!
Moved up there as, man, lots of shuttling right now. Shuttlesworth decides he's actually going to get back in the line, and Cody Webster will do the same. So, I don't know. He's just kind of undecided right now whether he wants to go with Miller or stay with Hunter Johnson. And in fact, both of them may have an opportunity to get to the inside, but as long as Cody's pushing the 9, those guys won't be able to get down, as we see plenty of shuffling here.
Three wide yet again, so it's just Webster and Miller. It's just a matter of who's going to go with them, though, as JJ Hill is going to check up the inside, and here comes Miller and Webster with a run. They're going to drag Joe Berge with them, and maybe the 6 of Max Urich might have a charge, so here we go. This is what Talladega is all about, and look at Miller fly.
Man, what a good push by Cody Webster right now, but he has to get off of them. Remember, engine temperatures have to be controlled here, because you push too hard, you get those engines too hot, you can end up blowing your engine right in front of this packet. It can cause a big crash. So everybody's got to be mindful of those temperatures, especially the guys who have been pushing hard. Josh Patterson has to be thinking about his temperatures right now. Same with Webster and Henry Tabor as well, who has been laying on the back bumper of the 57 for a good part of 10 laps now. Man, lots of shuffling. Berge's actually going to ditch this outside line 3x3 for a good portion of the field here, but that's starting to dwindle as Joe Berge ditched that line. They're going to need somebody else to get up with them, but those guys may just be saying, we're going to drop a little further back, get in line here, right around, and then try and make it maybe later in the race. But Liam Sheen racking up laps led right now. He just definitely doesn't know this.
It's been such a long time in which we've seen so many cars that are just so competitive here at the Talladega Super Speedway. I mean, usually we see like a lot of people eliminated, half the field is left by the end of this thing. We have over 37 cars on this lead lap. This is amazing. Great job. Great props to all these drivers to keep themselves grouped up together and keep themselves up in contention. And this in turn is growing out to be some great racing. And for that 00 and that number 9, it might turn out to be even better, as here we go. They're going to have another outside charge. But nobody's going to go with them.
Yeah, or actually, there's Michael Bianchini there. Not sure if he's on the lead lap or not, but he is going to work with these guys. We're coming up to lap another driver. These guys, I hope this lapper holds his line. It's AJ Payne, who was unfortunately.
This might be a wreck.
Jonathan Jones, please go up to the outside. Thank you, Jonathan Jones. He moves up. 4 wide, splitting around the lap traffic of AJ Payne. Now will Jonathan Jones give the same courtesy to these guys? They'll give them the room. I mean, they're lucky that they were able to catch him down the back straightaway. Yeah, that's exactly why he was kind of swirly up on the outside. But 3 wide, Joe Berge trying to force it up the middle of Henry Tabor. Oh boy, this is getting close.
Oh, let it go!
Big crash!
All right, man.
And we're gonna have a big crash right now. Stack up. Trace Shuttlesworth, Mitch Hobbs involved.
Oh my gosh!
Pile up. Arca brakes. Dylan Basin involved. Carson Poindexter, Ryan Kendrick. Plenty of cars flying into this crash with no Arca brakes. There is the 41 of Christopher Wiles spinning to the inside there. And that's not what you wanted to see. We had gone so long without a big one, and now it's struck with 20 laps to go here at Talladega. Mark Frimpong got loose, and I think he tried to get back up in line. Cars were already there, and everybody piles in. Plenty of Arca brakes deployed into that crash. Plowing was everywhere. And that's at least 10, if not more, cars involved. Maybe a dozen or more. Wild crash.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Wild was involved, our championship contender there. Joe Berge made it through that. I think he was in front of that to begin with, but able to make it through. His championship's being saved right now. Dylan Basin, I think, was involved in that as well.
Basin involved? If Basin was involved.
Not heavily damaged, I don't think. Here's where it all started. Mark's way down the... that yellow line. The apron. And hard into the outside wall goes several drivers.
Oh, and there was a secondary. Yeah, there was a secondary.
Hard crash again. Oh, my God.
There was a second wreck.
Berge was heavily involved in that. Yes.
There was 2 wrecks at once. That's crazy.
Huge crash. Oh, my gosh. Big pile up.
That has to be the...
Berge,
what was a 15-car pileup just turned into...
JJ Hill again. Henry Tabor, Nick Miller... Berge involved, his championship's over, so as soon as I say he made it
through, Basin! I mean, no, that's a 29.
Yeah, O'Quinn was the Nova car involved in that. Arca brakes deployed. Nobody uses the brakes right here. Blaze McKinney went absolutely flying as well. So many cars involved. Hunter Johnson, Garrett Hess.
Oh man.
My gosh.
See, Blaze just
hit the Blaze McKinney.
Absolutely murdered the outside wall.
All that, even though he caused the whole thing, but... sits third right now. Liam Sheen, Latham Joyner were the only guys in front. Maybe Josh.
I've never seen a wreck that big in a while. There was.
What?
Wow. I'm.
Berge almost had that miss. Cody Webster was stacked up in that. There he goes spinning to the inside. Henry Tabor involved. Christian West involved. Oh man, that's a tough break.
I'm shocked.
Basin currently scored 9th right now. He, I think, barely got involved in that first crash that we had seen, the pile-up with Shuttlesworth and others, but... do we have anybody left? Look at this.
Yeah,
this is... Anybody.
I'm shocked.
Frimpong, Bachman, and Delicado, Patterson...
Yeah, all these
Frankie
people who
Edgeworth.
laid back are now going to shuffle to the front, and Basin...
Wow.
I think he's damageless. No, he has a bit of a right side damage. 22 seconds of optional, I guess. But where's Christopher?
He spun, but
looks like he didn't hit anything.
Yeah, we had seen him in that spinning out, but he didn't hit it. I think he probably just had it locked down and it spun on him, but that's better than Arca breaking in the crash like we saw 10+ drivers doing there. So, oh my gosh,
that has to be the biggest wreck I've seen in a while. It's been a while since I've seen a huge wreck like that, but that was massive, and oh my gosh. I'm a bit speechless on that one, because there was 2 separate wrecks. It wasn't like all dwindling down to one center point. It just... I'm not sure how to really describe that.
Well, we saw 2 separate incidents there, and that just all combined into one big,
yeah, that's right.
big pile, heap of cars. I mean, I don't even know how many we're going to have left at the end of this. Several cars bouncing up in the air, crashing. I mean, it's just unfortunate that we had to see a big wreck like that. Well, we didn't have to see it, but we end up seeing it anyways. But man, Christopher was. Or I don't know if we're trying to take a replay.
Yeah, we're trying to get a replay.
All right, so I mean, he had missed the crash for the most part. Locked it down and spun, but that was it for the 41. As far as getting involved in the crash goes.
I just want to see that wreck again.
Right. There he is. There's a spin. All he's doing is locking it down. Doesn't hit the wall, just... I mean, he was one of the only drivers to use brakes in that entire crash, so we'll give him props for that as... Man, we're already one to go here, man. So these guys doubled up. Maybe around 20 cars left in the race. Several of them damaged. But, man, we went so long, and unfortunately, I stand like that. That sucks. Hate to see it.
Look how many cars are... oh my goodness! Is that William Schmidt? Is that the man himself? The man, the myth, the legend of William Schmidt up here out of nowhere? How about that number 79 running up there in 8th place? Good job by him. I mean, he started himself in 37. He went through the LCQ. Oh, he's sitting up here in the mix. Kenneth Bueno as well. He too escaped it.
Oh man.
It's anybody's game now. 16 laps to go. This is going to be Carb Cup from this point forward, except plus cautions. Oh my goodness.
I hope they don't race like the people in Carb Cup.
Oh yeah, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, I've been racing Carb Cup too much in the last couple of months, and wrecks like that happen. So here we go, though. We're going to be coming to the restart. It'll be 16 laps remaining in the race. Hopefully no more than that. We don't have to use any overtimes or anything, but we'll have to see exactly who's going to come out with the win here. You see lots of double files, so we won't have those single files.
Wow, Liam went early.
Oh boy.
He's going to get ran over. Look how far of a jump he got.
Green flag.
I mean, this is spread out the entire group of cars here, but second
bad
through
idea
about
for Sheen.
7th.
He's a
second
sitting duck.
Second through about 7th is just going to go flying by him if they can get sorted up here. And that's... We've seen that backfire on so many drivers, and I'm not sure why Liam did that. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what went through his head, but... I mean...
I think he was trying to fan out maybe the back half, and here we go. We're going to have a charge to the high side. Not really a charge. Looks like Latham's going to hold his line, but here we go to the high side. It's going to be Patterson by himself, and here comes the 69 of Frank DeAngelis at the top side. He's dragging the man, the myth, the legend himself, William Schmidt.
Yep. Super Speedway winner. 3 times, I think, in iSCAR, the Super Speedway wins. He goes down the front straightaway, pushing Frank DeAngelis to the front of the field, so William Schmidt knows how to get it done here on the Super Speedways. As Dylan Basin, we said he got involved, he did, but he's up in the top 10 still. That just shows you how many people that took out. Christopher Weil as well. Currently sits 9th, but let's see how many people are out of the race, because that could lock the 08 this championship right here. Yep. I think the 08 just got the championship as long as he doesn't crash out here. Because you see so many cars are several laps down now.
Yeah, looks like everybody...
He might have just locked it up, because he came in with a 25-point lead.
Yeah, there's 24 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, so as long as he doesn't crash, I think he's got it here. So
it's the same situation, what we saw with Ryan Kwan. All he had to do was just keep himself in line, and he had the championship secure. So now Basin, sigh of relief to him. He's going to come out as a... He knows he's going to be a Super Speedway champion, but you don't want to screw yourself up and get DQ'd and move yourself all the way to the rear.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not totally locked up for him yet, but I'd say it's a 90% chance that he has it now because of that big crash. Well, we talked about Liam Sheen. You said it was a bad move. Somehow able to hang on to the lead. Didn't get freight train there. I thought Frank DeAngelis was going to have him for a minute, but that inside actually is a little bit messed up now as Mark Frimpong and Kenneth Bueno are not tucked up together at all, and that's helping this outside line move. Frank DeAngelis, William Schmidt, Josh Patterson, the rest of them on that outside are going to be working towards the front here. But looks like he kind of falls back in the middle of the corner, Frank does, and that's what's holding him back from taking the lead here. We'll see if Latham Joyner can move up. Looks like it's going to be too late for him right now. Actually, Frank is going to be taken 3 wide as looks like we got 10 cars up in his lead.
Yeah, what was a 37 car race has dwindled down to 10, so a total of 27 drivers having some sort of issue in that big wreck. That has to be the biggest wreck I've seen in a while, but in the meantime, these 10 drivers going to duke it out hand in hand for a duel for these last 13 laps, and Justin Johnson, even though he's blinking, he's been running toward the back and he's kept himself out of trouble. Here he is in 11th.
Yep, but Liam Sheen continues to lead, has by far and away led the most laps here tonight, and he's looking for his second career win. Definitely strong run for him tonight. Latham Joyner looking for his first win. Mark Frimpong looking for his first win. William Schmidt looking for his 6th, I think. And Patterson, it's been a long time since he won as well. He'd like to get it back in victory lane after a couple years.
That's right. Liam's trying to look for his first Super Speedway win, but his second ever official win here at iSCAR. William Schmidt has, I think, 5 under his belt.
Yeah,
he's
5.
looking for more. Patterson, he too has some wins under his belt, but not a lot. So all these drivers up front inside this top 5, it's been a while since they've been in victory lane, except for that 08 of Dylan Basin, who the last time he was in victory lane was at this very racetrack. So
last season, yep.
Last season.
Meanwhile, William Schmidt is actually cleared for the race lead. Liam Sheen back to second here. Latham Joyner to third. And now the Nova teammates up on the outside. Patterson and Dylan Basin looking to make some headway right now. Christopher Wow kind of laying back from that. So those 2 drivers are the only ones up on that outside. That's not enough to make a charge up. Man, one car really slowed down there. He's actually going to spin. I have no clue who just did that, but I'm hoping that doesn't bring out a caution. But he kind of abruptly stopped, and then the car went sideways. I'm not sure what happened there, but back up front, William Schmidt continues to lead, and that car is towed. That might be J.J. Hill, because the way our scoreboard's set up, it's kind of relative instead of scoring. So that's why it shows Hill at the top of the board. It's because he towed, and it shows him first. So that's when a car tows, that causes the confusion on the leaderboard. So as they go by him, that leaderboard fixes. We take 10 laps to go. William Schmidt continues to lead, and how about that? Liam Sheen is going to get hung out to dry by the rest of these guys.
It was about time. Sheen has just been the headway of this whole entire pack, and you have to ditch him in some sort of time, and here's the ditch right here. As now to the backside of him, looks like it's going to be the number 08 of Dylan Basin, going to hook up with him. 2 cars can't work themselves forward, especially with such a strong inside line like this. You're going to need at least 3 or 4 other drivers to move yourself up high, as Basin's going to dip out Liam Sheen, so he doesn't want to be a part of that mess either. But now up front, it's the number 79 of William Schmidt, so... Oh, man, we've seen him in this kind of situation before. I'm pretty sure he could use his experience to play off key here for tonight. And that number 79 is going to come up in victory lane, I expect.
But here's the thing. Those 2 behind him are Rapid Sim Sport teammates. You know, on the last lap, if it's the same situation, those 2 are going to be moving out and William's going to have no help. So he's hoping they can get split up before this race comes to a conclusion here. But how about Louis Galvan up in the top 5? He's been kind of working his way through the field. Really hasn't gotten in any trouble, and currently 5th as, oh my goodness, he just about to clear himself. Oh! And he does clear himself, and he gets turned for that. Cleared himself off of the 08 of Dylan Basin. Will that bring out a caution like it did for Sam King? Not sure if it will, but he will try and get that thing back going. But as I said, he cleared himself, 2nd person to do that off turn 4. He'll get it back going, and no caution will come out for that. And as soon as I was talking about him doing good, that happens. So I've jinxed a couple things here tonight, but now single file for this whole lead pack is Justin Johnson blinking at the tail end of that pack. He's actually in 10th position right now, so good job by him to be able to hang on to this group.
That's right. Here comes that outside line charge. Dylan Payson trying to go 2 in a row. The sort of being a bit hesitant as Latham Joyner wanted to hop up to that 2nd lane, but went nowhere. And that outside line with a huge shot and to the front for, I think, the first time today. Dylan Basin. No, never mind. He's led a lap before, and he has a huge shot from Sheen, and that top 2 will drop in line. Never mind that. Liam hesitated, and he's going to be left out to dry, so a sacrifice for that 08 to get the lead.
I don't think he really had a shot to get down. Dylan moved down so quick, and William had a push coming from the 3. I think Liam was screwed either way there, but huge blinking by one car in that pack. I think that's Justin Johnson, the car that's blinking, but William Schmidt is not content with second place. He hasn't won in a while. He wants to win this race, but Liam Sheen trying to give him a push. I know those two work really well together, so if either of those two can work together and go back towards the front, I expect them to have a good shot to win, but same with these Rapid SimSport teammates behind, the 3 and the 10. They are going to have a good shot. Kenneth Bueno looking for his first win. Josh Patterson looking for his first win in a long time. There's Christopher Weil in this pack as well. Our IndyCar champion from yesterday. Congrats to him on that. But right now, 10 cars up in this lead pack. Going to all be racing for the win.
6 laps to go. Teammates are key, but once that white flag waves, all bets are off. You're dipping everybody and such to get yourself to that front spot and cross the start-finish line in first place. Speaking of battling, that number 79 of William Schmidt. He has that number 002 of Liam Sheen hooked up to the back end of him, and they want to work themselves to the front. But there's only 2 cars up there. Maybe Kenneth might want to move up high alongside with Christopher Weil, so I'm not really sure. 3 wide as Liam goes through the middle, and this might in turn put William Schmidt all the way to the back.
Here comes Christopher, though, up the middle. He's looking to give Liam Sheen a push here. Man, he had a huge run up the middle as William Schmidt's going to get down to the inside. Frank D'Angelis lets him in. But Dylan Basin trying to hang on. Can he go 2 in a row at Talladega in this car and take the championship while he does it? 5 laps to go, coming to 4 laps to go. Liam Sheen trying to take the lead back from him as we work to turn 3. Oh my goodness, a really squirrely push there, but they were able to hang on to it. Christopher Weil behind the 002 of Liam Sheen. William Schmidt going to be working with these guys again, trying to get back up to the front as well. But man, Justin Johnson split like a Christmas tree back there, but still giving some help to Josh Patterson, even though it's kind of minimal. Still giving him help, and they're all just trying to get up to the front here in these final laps.
4 laps to go. And you see a trio of lap cars going to play an effect into it. One car hits the apron and is going to disrupt that inside line. That's Kenneth Bueno, who gets disconnected from Mark Frimpong, who in turn is going to get disconnected from that second car in line of Latham Joyner. So this outside line is going to have a huge shot. They use the lap cars to their advantage. Smart move there by the 002 of Liam Sheen, and he's going to shoot himself to the front. A 200 IQ move by Liam Sheen to put himself in front of the 08.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming to the end of this thing. You got to get up to the front, and man, they had some lap traffic that they had to navigate through as well, and they were able to do it safely. So, more lap traffic also ahead. We're coming to 3 to go. Liam Sheen still up front. Christopher Weil, first time he's really been up here all day ever since winning the pole, leading a lap and dropping to the rear. That's the last time we saw him battling for the
What
lead.
in the world?
Oh, we have... Oh my gosh, whoever that was, better alt F4 before he brings out a caution or we're going to have problems. Anyways, Liam Sheen continues to lead. Dylan Basin second. Dylan's not going to be content with second place. He will be content with the championship, which I think he probably is just locked up as we have less laps to go than some of these guys are laps down. So Dylan's got this thing locked up now. All he wants is that extra win to go along with it here as they're coming to 2 laps to go. Liam Sheen trying to hang on for his second career win.
Yeah, all these drivers, of course, their championship hopes are basically dashed, except for that 08 of Dylan Basin. So all bets are off once we hit that white flag, and I'm pretty sure that 02, the 002 of Liam Sheen is just going to be a sitting duck. For everybody tuning in here for MaxspeedTV Live, 2 laps to go in tonight's Super Speedway finale, and we're about to decide from these 10 cars who's going to come up top. Place your bets now. And say, and oh my goodness, I don't know who's going to come out top. This is nerve-wracking and this is scary as well.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff they're going to do to win this race. They'll be making wild moves to get up to the front. Whether they backfire or not, I'm not sure here, but we're going to be coming to the white flag. Looks like we'll make it as long as these guys can keep it straight through the tri-oval. Liam Sheen leads the way. Dylan Basin second. Latham Joyner third. William Schmidt fourth. Kenneth Bueno fifth. And the rest of this top 10 all have a shot to win this race as they lap by the 6 car. White flag is out.
Oh, Wild gets sideways!
And he is not going to hang on to it. Mark Frimpong also around. Justin Johnson also gets flipped and hard into the outside while he goes.
Now it's all going to matter on how Liam is going to fend off that second line. They're blocking. And down the back straightaway, Dylan gets to the high side of Liam. This might be for the win. I'm not sure. They're 2x2 heading into turn number 3, but the huge shot by Latham Joyner is going to propel the 08 of Dylan Basin to the front, but he can't get clear. Oh, he gets turned!
Oh, he gets turned! Here we go! Who's gonna make it back?
Frank!
On the outside! Frank DeAngelis gets by! It's been a while since we've seen him have a shot to win, and he's gonna come off of turn 4 to the checkered flag. The only car to escape will be Frank DeAngelis, coming to his first career iSCAR win. He's done it before here on MaxspeedTV, and he'll do it again. Frank DeAngelis wins at Talladega. Awesome job. Wow.
I'm shocked. What in the world? Frank came out of nowhere. Frank came out of nowhere. And he started himself in 16th this race. And Frank DeAngelis, finally, an iSCAR winner. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, I am shaking.
Kenneth Bueno second, his best career finish. Josh Patterson third. Frimpong, even though he got involved in a wreck on the front straightaway, ends up fourth. Nick Indelicato, where the heck did he come from to finish fifth? Ryan Kendrick sixth. Latham Joyner seventh. Seth Rawls in the 8th position. Sartajman 9th, and William Schmidt 10th. So quite a bit of SVG guys made their way up to the field in these final laps, but holy cow, what a way to end the season here.
Dylan Basin,
where did he finish?
14th place, but there he is.
That's a champion anyway.
Yeah, that's champion, but for Frank DeAngelis, oh my goodness. Easy burn down on the front straightaway out of nowhere. Frank DeAngelis is your race 6 season finale winner.
Oh, man.
He's gonna burn it down on the front straightaway.
Wow.
But there's a bigger story to behold as that 08, excuse me, of Dylan Basin, your season 3 champion. And you pick up some cash here tonight alongside with that number 69 of Frank DeAngelis. Congratulations to both of those drivers for a well-deserved victory. That was unbelievable. I have no words. We're gonna take a replay of how this all unfolded. And Frank DeAngelis coming out as your winner here for tonight. And I think this is 2 to go. But you see Frank, he's all the way dead last. Well, just about dead last. As Justin Johnson sort of filling in the picture. I think this is 2 laps to go. Yeah, this is 2 laps to go. So I'm going to fast forward it. But man.
Well, no, it's 1 lap to go and Christopher gets turned here, so.
Yeah, that's right.
First thing that happens is Christopher gets turned on, I think. Yeah, just hooks him down the front straightaway. Christopher unable to save it. And then Justin Johnson just barely gets clipped hard in the outside wall, clipped away his top 10 finish. That sucks. But move to the outside. Dylan made it a move. And then from here, it was sort of like tandem drafting down the back straightaway. Watch that. Sort of tandems with Frank by himself. I don't know how he was able to hang on with that speed, but
he has a full view of how this unfolds in front of him, and all he had to do was
to make a move, and the hole's not there. And look how close he was to getting clipped right there. That is unbelievable how close he was. But these guys just trying to get it going. Kenneth Bueno come home to finish second, for what I saw on the leaderboard there. But some other things actually might have shuffled, because it showed Kenneth second for a little bit there, and now it shows Patterson, so I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if he got DQ'd or what.
That would be a terrible break if he did.
Yeah, so we got another replay of it.
And then there's Frank, so there's your winner, but it showed Kenneth in second for a little bit. What happened?
Yeah, 20 incidents.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's the kind of luck that some people have. Kenneth Bueno, unfortunately, got dealt a bad hand here. That hit right there is what gave him the 4. That's unfortunate. So it goes from second place to probably in the late teens or 20s on finishing position. No, only 14th. So not as bad as it could have been, but still took away his best finish ever. So Patterson actually second, Frimpong third, and Delicato in fourth. And that actually moves Jeremiah Bethune up into the top 10. So awesome job for him to get a top 10 here. But, man, that sucks, dude. There's the results, though. DeAngelis, of course, just won his first career iSCAR race. Josh Patterson second, Frimpong third. You've got Indelicato fourth, Ryan Kendrick fifth, Latham Joyner sixth, Seth Rawls in seventh, Sartajman eighth, William Schmidt ninth, Jeremiah Bethune in the 10th position. Zeke.
11th spot is gonna be the number 9 to Nick Miller, alongside it looks like Keelan Belsha out of nowhere. He's gonna be starting. He's gonna be finishing out in 12th here for tonight. Dylan Bass, and of course your champion after 94 laps here, Kenneth Bueno. Unfortunately, with a DQ, he's gonna be 14th place. Cole Williams 15th. David Bachman, Carson Boynexter, Liam Sheen, Christopher Weil round out, as well as Justin Johnson, 20th spot.
21st tonight, Eli O'Quinn. 22nd, Louis Galvan. Max Schurig, 23rd. James Youngman, 24th. AJ Payne, 25th. That string of bad luck continues for him. Trey Shellsworth, newest addition to SPM, 26th in his first outing. Not what he really wanted there. JJ Hill, 27th. Cody Webster, 28th. Christian West, 29th. Another strong car that was up in the lead for most of the day. And then Garrett Haas, who is also very strong. Only ends up 30th tonight, so not what those guys wanted.
Joe Berge, Henry Tabor, Charlie Byer, Mitch Hobbs, Blaze McKinney, Hunter Johnson, Michael Bianchini, Jonathan Jones, Patrick Much, and Sam King round out 40th place. The rest of the order is shown on your screen. And McDowell, Zoltan Herzeg, and Ibrahim Dejani, who had, looks like, unfortunately, issues with him. But we're going to go ahead and drag in our winner into the booth. That number 69 of Frank DeAngelis, out of nowhere. He was sitting 9th at the time he crossed the white flag, but Frank, oh my goodness, dude. Frank, by this much you avoided the wreck, and that made the difference of you winning the race here tonight. Frank, my goodness, you led one lap, and that was the penultimate one, man. Congratulations. About time you picked up an iSCAR win, but you did not. I'm guessing you did not expect it in this kind of fashion.
Oh, no, I did not expect it at all, bro. So, the whole last lap just went crazy. I was trying to position myself to avoid the wrecks because I knew they were going to wreck. And I was just trying to follow Josh, or I think it was Kenneth, on the last lap. They didn't want to go, so I went. Then they all went wrecking into 3, and I just tried to ride the wall and wished it stuck, and it stuck.
That's right, man, and you avoided the wreck by this much, Frank. Oh my goodness. Once you started to see them wreck right in front of you, what was going through your mind?
I was thinking I'm gonna go pedal to the metal and win this thing.
Well, man, you did exactly that, man. Congratulations, Frank. Your first ever iSCAR win here tonight at Talladega. My goodness. Overall, what can you reflect on this season as a whole?
Just gotta be more consistent in qualifying. I could have made all 6 races, but got sent down to the LCQ for a lot of them. But I finally picked up qualifying speed thanks to my friend Nick Indelicato. Check his YouTube channel at U2. He taught me some simple tricks to get better at qualifying, and we've been able to actually not make the LCQs and actually start for the race, which has helped a lot.
Alright, about 10 for Frank DeAngelis, rounds himself out in victory lane, leading 1 lap after starting himself in 16th place. Well, man, before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight's race and this whole entire season?
I'm not even on a team. I'm on my own team with doing nothing. Just ran the AEW car because I'm a big wrestling fan. Hope they continue to put on good content every Wednesday nights. But that's really it.
Alright, about 10 for Frank DeAngelis, rounds himself out in first place after being 9th on that white flag. Congratulations, bud. Can't wait to talk to you after the race.
Thank you guys for putting the broadcast up.
Nope, and that was Frank DeAngelis in the 169, actually 69 here for tonight. And Josh Patterson coming up short. Benjamin, go ahead, take this one away.
Josh Patterson, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Ben?
I'm doing fine. Well, you are one spot away from winning the race. Obviously, a lot far back, but what did you see from that last lap crash?
Well, there was actually 2 last lap crashes. One with Christopher Weil and Mark Frimpong, which I saw them wrecking on the top side, and I just kind of went into the apron and got through it. And that almost took out what should have been the top 3 finishers there. But luckily, I got through that. And then obviously, when Dylan got turned, I saw everyone kind of go sideways, and I just kept my foot in it, pushed Kenneth right through it, and then I somehow didn't get turned or anything, and then I came out of it third, and then apparently K Bueno has a penalty, so I got second. So yeah, really good.
Well, it's been a long time since you won, and I know you want to get back to Victory Lane again. So with that, you racing tomorrow, by any chance?
I'm not actually. I'm going on
boy.
vacation to Ocean City, Maryland for a week, so I won't be able to.
All right, well, have fun there. But before we let you go, any sponsors, teams, anybody you want to thank for this whole season? And then when we go into the winter season, you can be participating in that.
Yeah, I always love doing the winter series. It'll be fun to be back in the normal cars at normal tracks again. But yeah, I got to give a huge shout out to Dylan Basin on getting the championship. I got the first team championship on Tuesday this week, and he gets a second one. So a really good week for us here at Nova Sim Racing. Got to thank everybody at Nova Sim Racing, Eli and Michael Bianchini as well for racing today. All the sponsors, NTN Indoors Distributions, Belfour Property Restoration. I got to thank you guys for broadcasting, Zeke for running the league, and everyone on track for giving me a great race.
All right, well, you have a good rest of your night, and have fun on the vacation, buddy.
All right, thanks. You too.
That was Josh Patterson in the 0-2. We're going to go ahead and slide ourselves back one spot to... oh, it looks like Frimpong isn't even here, so we'll go ahead and... Never mind, and Delicado ain't here either. Looks like we'll go ahead and scoot ourselves all the way back to number 35 of Ryan Kendrick, who was not really a part of that last lap action, but somehow, Kendrick, P5, you'll take it, and obviously a great season here for tonight. I mean, for this whole entire 6 weeks. What can you take off of... Actually, before we dive into the season overall... of course, congratulations on your 5th place. How'd you bring it home 5th, I guess?
Well, I was working with Sartaj for that last little bit. Sartaj, Seth, and Delicado. We're like 10 seconds off the lead pack. But like when the white flag came, there's like just wrecked cars everywhere, and I managed to pass all of them. And then Will got DQ'd at the end, and so that gave me 5th.
Yeah, that's alright. Some things playing to your advantage there, but Marina, you survived that big wreck in turn number 4. What'd you see out of your windshield?
Like the one with like 20 to go?
Yeah,
that
the one with 20 to go.
I got in that one. Like my front end was like killed, but I didn't have any engine damage. And then, like, I thought I could probably keep up with the pack, but on the restart, I just lost the draft because we got spread out so quick because whoever the leader was went early. Or didn't jump, it just went early. And, yeah, that kind of messed that up. And then from that point is just kind of riding around.
All right, but 10 for Ryan Kendrick brings it home 5th here tonight after starting himself in 10th, but... Hey man, you got to win this season yet again. 2 seasons in a row. You're coming out in victory lane, the Super Speedway side. What are you looking forward to coming on to the Winter Series coming in October?
Really just I guess all of it, all 3 series. Hopefully we can have some good racing like we did in the like tonight in it, and yeah, hopefully that'll be fun and we can pick up some more wins there.
All right, about 10 for Ryan Kendrick rounds himself out in 5th place after starting himself in 10th. Before we let you go, any sponsors want to thank here for tonight and season overall?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting, all my teammates that I've worked with throughout the Summer Series, and everyone at SPG.
All right, bud. 10-4. Ryan Kendrick rounds himself out 5th. We'll go ahead and see you coming to your next race, bud, and we'll see you over the off season.
Yep.
Ryan Kendrick in the number 35, and with that rounded out, my goodness. So we have to drag in one more person into this area, Dylan Basin. And Dog, go ahead and take this one away.
Dylan, how you doing?
Great.
Well, you just picked up your first iSCAR championship. I know you wanted this really bad, and you end up getting it here. How'd you do it?
I just worked with my teammates all season, and I did the same thing I did last season, won my first race, and the whole season I just tried to be consistent, and I have. Finally worked out for me, and now I'm here in victory lane with the championship, so just gotta give a shout out to my teammates and Nova Sim Racing for helping me out all season. And shout out to Josh for winning Nova's first championship before me. We had a little rivalry for that, but yeah, I'm glad we can get Nova's second championship within a week, like 2 in a week. So it's just a great feeling.
Well, I mean, you deserved it after the bad luck last season, but you're here now. Even though you didn't come out with a win here tonight after getting turned on the last lap, you do come out with a championship here, so I think that does make up for it. Before we let you go here tonight, celebrate that championship. Do you have any sponsors or anybody that you want to thank for tonight's race and just the whole season in general?
Yeah, just again, Nova Sim Racing, they've been there with every race. We've always been on a call, communicating with each other and just working with each other. And we had better teamwork this season than we did last season, and it's working out. Obviously, it's shown. We have again 2 championships now, and we could have got a win right there, but we got pushed wrong and spun everyone out.
All right. Well, good luck in the Winter Series. I know you'll be here for that, and well, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, guys.
That was Dylan Basin in the 08, as you see him get spun right there, but
oh no,
my goodness, what a season to end ourselves off here at Talladega. I mean, from start to finish, there was just so many things that happened that just played out here tonight, and I have no words. It's just amazing.
Yeah, we had such a good run for about 70 laps, and then that whole big one happened with Frimpong basically wrecking everybody. But I mean, that's just how super speedway racing goes. You'll have that sometimes, and well, we had a great race here, especially the early part of the race where we didn't have very many incidents, but we all piled up in the end, and one driver got away, Frank DeAngelis, and he ended up winning the race. So congrats to Frank on that.
Before we let off this broadcast, we got to present our series sponsor, Cory Harts Media, for tagging along in here for this one. Thank you to him and Cory H. Harts for sponsoring this entire season. Also got to thank MaxspeedTV for letting broadcast the opportunity here for tonight. Also have to thank all the fans and everybody else who's come ahead and tuned in to watch this amazing run to the checkered flag. For all these 6 races, we will sign off here tonight. My name is Zeke Reyes.
I'm Benjamin White. Thank you guys for watching all season. We have the championship to be decided tomorrow in the Legend Series 7 cars. Got a really close championship battle between Hunter Johnson and Casey Drake, so tomorrow is going to be an interesting championship battle as well.
With that, we'll sign out. We'll see you tomorrow.